and injuring 6. The blast took place near the house of Pritam Lal, a victim of the terror attack. The improvised explosive device was planted beneath a bag when it exploded. A 4-year-old child and a 5-year-old were killed in a span of 15 hours in Rajouri. The death toll now stands at 6. One of the victims who lost her husband in the terror attack confirmed to Republic that terrorists asked for Aadhaar cards, checked identities of the victims and then opened fire. In one of the videos that emerged, the Aadhaar card of Pritam Lal is seen next to the pool of blood at the attack site. Official data now indicates that there have been 29 targeted killings in the year 2022. What is it that the Jammu and Kashmir administration has done in terms of providing security to the minorities in Jammu and Kashmir? Not only that, the Gupkar gang once again, even before an investigation is done, gives a clean chit. Take a look at this report that has been filed by my colleague Kursubran, and also the reactions that are now coming in from the Gupkar gang.
देखिए लगातार जो अब भारतीय सेना जो है वो यहाँ पे इंजर्ड्स को लेकर जा रही है। ये देखिए इंजर्ड्स को यहाँ पर लेकर जाया जा रहा है। जान पर खेलते हुए भारतीय सेना के जवान जो हैं वो यहाँ पर इंजर्ड्स को लेकर जा रहे हैं। लगातार आप देखिए पूरे इलाके में जो है वो यहाँ पर सर्च चल रहा है। एक ब्लास्ट जो है वो उसी घर में ब्लास्ट हुआ है जहाँ पे सबसे पहले आतंकियों ने जो है दीपक शर्मा के घर पे मौत के घाट उतारा था कुछ लोगों को। बड़ा ब्लास्ट जो है वो ठीक उनके बरामदे में हुआ है और ऊपर की तरफ आप देखेंगे अब हेलीकॉप्टर्स के जरिए जो है नजर रखी जा रही है। स्पेशल ऑपरेशंस ग्रुप, भारतीय सेना सभी जो है वो अब फॉरवर्ड में मूव कर रहे हैं। बच्चा जो है वो भी यहाँ पर इसमें घायल हुआ है। अब बच्चों को यहाँ से ले जाया जा रहा है और जो टीम्स हैं भारतीय सेना की उन्हें यहाँ पर आप देखिए मूव किया जा रहा है। किस तरह से लगातार सभी टीम्स को मूव किया जा रहा है क्योंकि एक बड़ा ब्लास्ट जो है वो यहाँ पर जो है रिपोर्ट किया गया है। एक मैसिव ब्लास्ट था और अब आप देखिए भारतीय सेना जो है वो यहाँ पर ऑपरेशन साइट्स पर जा रही है और इंजर्ड्स को यहाँ से लेकर जाया जा रहा है। लगातार विजुअल सरजीवन आपको दिखा रहे हैं कि जो लोग यहाँ पे घायल हुए हैं उन्हें यहाँ पर ले जाया जा रहा है। अब आप देखिए कि वाहन जो है वो यहाँ पर आ रहे हैं। लगातार विजुअल्स जो हैं वो आपको दिखा रहे हैं कि किस तरह से जो है सुरक्षा बल अब ये कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि जल्द से जल्द इन इंजर्ड्स को जो है यहाँ पे ले जाया जाए। एक बड़ा धमाका जो है वो ठीक उसी घर में हुआ है जहाँ पे पहले आतंकियों ने जो है दीपक शर्मा को निशाना बनाया था और अब यहाँ पे इंजर्ड्स को ले जाया जा रहा है। भारतीय सेना, जम्मू कश्मीर पुलिस और तमाम आला अफसर, एम्बुलेंसेस जो हैं वो यहाँ पे पहुँच रही है। भारतीय सेना की ये एम्बुलेंस रिपब्लिक मीडिया नेटवर्क ये आपको दिखा रहा है कि अब एम्बुलेंस में जो है इंजर्ड्स को लेकर जाया जाएगा। भारतीय सेना की ये एम्बुलेंस जो है लगातार सरजीवन आपको दिखा रहे। एक बड़ा धमाका जो है वो वहाँ पर हुआ। एकाएक जो आतंकियों द्वारा माना जा रहा है कि किसी तरह का एक्सप्लोजिव जो है वो फिट किया गया था। आप देखिए अब इंजर्ड्स को यहाँ पर सुरक्षा बल लेकर जा रहे हैं। उसके साथ साथ एम्बुलेंसेस को मूव किया गया है। सीनियर ऑफिशियल्स जो जम्मू कश्मीर पुलिस और भारतीय सेना के हैं वो इस वक्त मौके पर पहुंच गए हैं और लगातार ये कोशिश की जा रही है कि जल्द से जल्द जो है किसी तरह से इन इंजर्ड्स को जो है वहां पर लेके जाया जाए। लगातार सरजीवन ये विजुअल दिखा रहे हैं। आप देखिए इंजर्ड जो है वो उनमें से गंभीर रूप से घायल भी कुछ है क्योंकि जहां पर ये लेडीज खड़ी थी वहां पे एकाएक जो है बड़ा आतंकी हमला कह सकते हैं एक बार फिर हुआ है जिसमें 2 महिलाएं और एक बच्चा, मैं ये रिपीट कर रहा हूं, 2 महिलाएं और एक बच्चा जो है वो इसमें गंभीर रूप से घायल हो रहा है।
Well, in fact, we're also getting the latest details in the Rajouri case. Mehbooba Mufti and Farooq Abdullah both have essentially reacted to this entire incident, but this time, like always, they've given a clean chit. Listen into what Mehbooba Mufti and Farooq Abdullah had to say, and then we open up the debate.
देखिए ये बहुत ही दुख की बात है कि आतंकवाद अभी भी इस रियासत में चल रहा है। बेगुनाहों को मारा जा रहा है, इसमें कोई शक नहीं है, बेगुनाह लोग। वो किसी भी मजहब से ताल्लुक रखते हैं। ये बीमारी अब बहुत बढ़ गई है। सारे वतन में नफरत जिस तरह फैलाई जा रही है, ये उसी का नतीजा भी है। आज मुसलमान को अलग खड़ा किया जा रहा है, हिंदू को अलग खड़ा कर दिया जा रहा है। कौन जिम्मेवार है? कौन नफरत फैला रहा है? अब बताइए मुझे, उस हिंदू फैमिली में क्या था उनके पास? कुछ नहीं। वो किसके दुश्मन थे? इसी के लिए। या ये वो जो कश्मीरी पंडित शुपाइयां में मारे गए, क्या कसूर था? तो इस पे होम मिनिस्ट्री में रास्ता निकालने की जरूरत
है, जिसमें हमारे फिर से एक बार 5 लोग, जिसमें एक छोटा 5 साल का बच्चा भी है, इस तरह से वो मारा गया। और इस वक्त हम क्या कह सकते हैं, इसकी हम मजम्मत करते हैं। और साथ ही क्या कहें, ये तो अल्लाह ताला बेहतर जानता है कि जो उनके घर वाले हैं उनके साथ हम हमदर्दी करना चाहते हैं और अल्लाह ताला से दुआ करते हैं उनको सब्र तहम्मुल दे, अल्लाह ताला इसको बर्दाश्त करने की। ये हमारा ही नुकसान है, जम्मू कश्मीर के लोगों का नुकसान है। जब भी कोई जम्मू कश्मीर का बाशिंदा मारा जाता है, चाहे वो हिंदू हो मुसलमान हो, वो हमारा बाशिंदा है। तो इसमें क्या करें, अफसोस के बगैर और क्या कर सकते हैं। हमको तो पिछले 30 साल से यही देख रहे हैं, इधर भी बंदूक इधर भी बंदूक, बीच में लोग मारे जा रहे हैं। देखिए, ये बहुत ही अफसोस की बात है कि इससे पहले राजौरी में आर्मी कैंप के बाहर 2 लोग मारे गए।
Joining us on the burning question tonight are Aparajita Saragi of the BJP, Dr. Nirbal Singh, former Deputy Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, Sujata Bashir, spokesperson of the Democratic Azad Party, and Hakim Rizwan Ilahi. Opening up the debate is Dr. Nirbal Singh and Sujata Bashir. Dr. Nirbal Singh, I want to straight away take this question with you because this is something that you're going to constantly face. The fact of the matter is that back in 2022, 29 targeted killings have actually taken place. 4,000 Kashmiri Pandits have essentially said that they need to be relocated. And that's the reason why they seem to be a sitting duck. The question once again is, what exactly is the administration really doing when it comes for the safety of the minorities? I want your perspective on this, and then I'll go into more specific questions as to how exactly is the Gupkar gang essentially still trying to go ahead with the same narrative. But as far as the administration goes, what is it that they are doing?
Actually, first of all, I'll react to the statement of the 2 former chief ministers, whose statement was shocking. They were speaking nonsense. What Dr. Farooqullah has said, it's not desired, it's not required. At this juncture, he is again targeting the government. He is again targeting the present dispensation. But he didn't speak even a single word against the jihadi terrorists or Pakistan. This is tactful support to the terrorism, to Pakistan, their designs. And Mehbooba Mufti is only shedding crocodile tears. They were ruling over this state for more than 65 years.
Dr. Singh, Dr. Singh, no, that's one aspect I'm surely going to touch upon, and that's the focus. That's also the focus. But Dr. Nirmal Singh, this is a question I am preempting of what the others are going to ask you again and again. So I want an answer so that I can set the debate here, because one question that you will have to answer, and the question is with regards to what exactly are we really doing when it comes to the safety and the security of Kashmiri Pandits. And the fact of the matter is that today there have been 29 such killings that have already taken place, and this is a data that has been put out by the state administration itself. So the question that one needs to also ask is that what exactly is the administration really doing? And then of course I'll surely come into the statements that have been made by people like Farooq Abdullah. But the fact of the matter is that what really happens right now?
Actually, we are in a proxy war. Definitely the Kashmiri Pandits, they are very much scared. They have been targeted. A number of them, they have been killed also. Same was the case with the reserve category employees there. And even Muslims, nationalist Muslims, they are not spared. So, in this proxy war, these jihadi terrorists, they are killing everybody. who is opposing them, who do not agree with them. When government is doing its best, you have seen that during 2022, 180 terrorists have been killed. Out of that, 50 are commanders. And you have seen that the government has snatched, confiscated the properties of the jihadis, Gilani and other people. This is all-out war against terrorism. But sometimes the enemy succeeds in its designs because a state, terrorist state, Pakistan is behind it. They have no other thing, or you can say agenda, other than this spreading terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir and whole of India. So we are fighting a proxy war, and all people, they are with the government. Security forces, they are doing their best. Army is fighting it out, but we are in a proxy war, and sometimes enemy succeed.
Okay, Dr. Singh, you are saying that this is a proxy war. Well, there is absolutely no doubt about the fact that who's really behind it. Sujata Bashir, you need to at least make an admission of the fact that when it comes to the movement of terrorists, it has been at an all-time low. The fact of the matter is that our security forces have been extremely capable in neutralizing the terrorists. But when it comes to those political parties who have only been pandering to the whims and fancies of the terrorist groups, and many would say shedding crocodile tears when it comes to matters like this, once again the question that everyone will be asking you is that why is it that you would not raise the direct question about who is really behind it and what needs to be really done to bring about the change?
It is really so sad that still the militants are surviving here. The government of India said when they finished this Article 370, they said there will be no militancy. And we are not going to count the number of militants you have killed, and 50 commanders have been, 50 of them were commanders. We want the safe Kashmir. We were saying that there will be a Naya Kashmir. Where is the Naya Kashmir? Every day there's a killing. Don't listen to me. Listen to me. If we listen, just keep it listening. Because
Dr.
every day there's a killing.
Dr. Singh, allow Sujata to make her point. Dr. Singh, allow Sujata to make her point. Allow her to make her point. Sujata,
Please.
Yes. The bigger question is that, yes, the fact of the matter is that when it comes to Naya Kashmir, you've also seen the other data. Now, let me just tell you, Sujata, 1 minute. You asked a question. Let me also give you one more answer. And I'm giving you simple facts. The fact of the matter is that when it comes to targeted killings, yes, the administration needs to do some answering. But when it comes to neutralizing terrorists, let's be very clear that after a very, very long time, security forces who have been given the free hand, they have been able to deliver. The number of terrorists who have been killed, neutralized, has also gone up.
Tell me one thing, where is if they are saying that we have just, it decreases the number of militants, how they are growing, how they are able to target their people, how they are saying that Pandits should go back and work in Kashmir. In this scenario, they will work in Kashmir. If it happens in Rajouri, it can happen outside our lane also. It can happen in any village. So it means they are not able to control the militancy. They are just saying, we are just catching them, killing them. What about the Naya Kashmir? What about the safety of people? Now you will say, who is responsible? It is a government. It is just a government. Because what are they saying? It is all fake. They are not giving any security to anyone. They are just saying, we catch them, we kill them. Where is the killing? Tell us, where is the safety of every civilian here? If we are safe in Kashmir, then how these killings are happening?
Aparajita Sarangi.
It is not matter of one or two families.
Now, when it comes to Sujata makes a point. Okay, Sujata, you made your point. Let others also come in. Let others respond. I'll take that question. Okay, Sujata, you made your point. Allow some others to also respond. Your point is that what about the safety of all civilians? Aparajita, you need to take this question. There is the Prime Minister's package for return and rehabilitation of Kashmiri migrants. Pandit youths were given multiple doled out initiatives were brought in. 7.5 lakh rupees per family increased to about 20 to 25 lakh rupees. All initiatives have been taken, but the fact of the matter is Sujata is going to, and everyone is going to again target you by saying that you promised Naya Kashmir. And is this what Naya Kashmir really looks like?
A very good evening. I can fully appreciate and understand the pain that all of us are going through after seeing the pictures on the television channels, and those who are there must be feeling much more, very bad indeed. But the fact of the matter is that as far as Government of India is concerned, as far as Ministry of Home Affairs is concerned, and the entire setup of Jammu and Kashmir under the leadership of the Lieutenant Governor is concerned, we are trying to put in our best efforts. Now, development is a long drawn process. It doesn't take place overnight. The security forces are putting in their best efforts, and as you rightly mentioned, they have been given free hand. So they are actually able to deliver, and I'm here with some facts and statistics. In fact, let's not be emotive in the matter. Let's have facts and statistics, and then we can put forth our points. The number of active terrorists in the Kashmir Valley has come down to 150 since the abrogation of Article 370 and Article 35A. So we need to appreciate what the Government of India has been doing. And the security forces and the MHA are very hopeful that this number of 150 would come down below 100 by the end of this financial year. So I think the government is putting in its best efforts. But we must try to understand as to why these targeted killings are taking place. Women are being killed, innocent children are being killed, heart-rending scenes we are seeing, but the fact remains that these terrorists, who are very small in number in the Kashmir Valley, are under tremendous pressure. See, they are wanting to prove themselves. They are wanting to say that they exist. And that is why this is happening. That is why they are trying to create an atmosphere of pain, an atmosphere of horror, an atmosphere of fear. Now, we just heard the two former chief ministers. See, it is a combined effort. The Government of India, the Jammu and Kashmir, the Union Territory government, and of course, the former CMs, the leaders of the area must all come together and talk of safe Kashmir. Right. It is not just the responsibility of the central government, it's the responsibility of each one of us to ensure that it is a safe Kashmir. Now, let me come to that. See, as far as these two leaders were concerned, we just heard, did they speak about the role of the terrorists? Did they condemn the terrorist act? They did not. They don't want to speak about the role of the terrorists. They were quite, they were trying to kind of put the blame on the central government as if the central government is not trying to bring in normalcy. The fact remains that Pakistan, that side, and many of the people inside, they do not want a stability and normalcy in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, and that's why this is happening. So I think let us not put a question mark on the intention and the action of the central government. We are putting in our best efforts. We have to stand by the security forces and uphold them.
Well, that exactly brings me to the question, Hakim Ilahi, that you need to answer. I've asked these questions to both the leaders who have done their bit of answering in terms of what exactly has the government really done. I don't think so today anyone really can claim that everything has been done and dusted. It's work in progress, there's absolutely no doubt about it. But Hakim Ilahi, a man like Farooq Abdullah, a lady like Mehbooba Mufti, both have been political leaders with some sort of a mass affinity in the valley. The fact of the matter is that when they refuse to condemn, forget about refuse to, no, Hakim Ilahi, let me just ask you this question. They forget about condemning. They sound very apologetic. In fact, Mehbooba Mufti says that, look here, this has been happening for the last 30 years. So what can we really do about it? Because the government is not really acting upon it. But the fact of the matter is that they forget, and what do you get in return? They say that, why don't you try and talk to Pakistan about it? Do you think that's the solution? Do you not see a problem in it?
Somewhere people like Farooq Abdullah and Muftis are responsible for this situation in Kashmir. What is happening in Kashmir? They have played with the youth of Kashmir. They have played with the lives of Kashmir. At the end of the day, it is the Kashmiri who is getting killed. It's the Kashmiri, whether he is a Pandit, whether he is a Muslim, whether he is a Sikh. It's Kashmiri who is getting killed. And talking from the cozy rooms, talking from the comfortable places, it's very easy to say. I want to say it's us, it's we Kashmiri who are being killed. See, we were told by the bastion leaders of our country that there would be peace in Jammu and Kashmir. There would be, development in Jammu and Kashmir. Where are those claims? They have made such big, tall claims. And now when we look at the ground, it's again us who are getting killed here. So now I want to say, on moral grounds, they should take the responsibility and say we have failed in Jammu and Kashmir, and they should leave it. I want Home Ministry to answer on this. So how long is it going to take for them? It's not about numbers.
Okay.
Today they are saying, we have these many militants and now the numbers have come down. The killings have come down. But at the end of the day, every life matters. Every individual matters. How and when are we going to realize this? How can we get so desensitized?
Okay,
we only
that's a fair point.
Condemn these killings on Twitters, on newspapers, on news channels. But at the end of the day, you need to ask that mother who has lost his son.
Okay,
you need to
Hakim
ask
Ilahi.
that father who has lost his son. So how can they become so desensitized? So they have miserably failed in Jammu and Kashmir, and they need to
Dr.
accept
Nirmal
it.
Singh, life of every Kashmiri matters. Life of every Kashmiri matters. It's not only about the locals, it was also about the minorities. Every life really matters. But the question here is that again and again, it's going to come back to the same basic point, that are we to only look at what the Abdullahs and Mehbooba Muftis say, or are we really going to do something about when an opportunity is there with the Jammu and Kashmir administration to make things work? Well, I think so. Dr. Nirmal Singh, I think so you've muted your audio line. We'll try and fix that. So, Sujata, we'll try and reconnect with Dr. Nirmal Singh once again. Sujata, why don't you take this question? That on the one hand, I think so. Dr. Nirmal Singh, can you hear me?
Yes. I'm coming.
Yeah, Dr. Nirmal Singh. The question that I was asking you, Dr. Nirmal Singh, is that
statistics.
Sorry?
Yes, I have listened to your question. The statistics show that government is not sitting in the cozy rooms. Our security forces, they are fighting it out. They are being martyred. And you have seen that during this 2022, no stone pelleting was there. The students, they are going to the schools with books, not with the stones. There is no bund. This tourist season was a bumper. And every Kashmiri is earning its livelihood. Average Kashmiri is happy. But these cowards, the Pakistani terrorists, they are trying to divert the attention of the people by resorting to this target killings. But we must understand that it's a proxy war. A state is behind it. Pakistan is behind it. No matter what is the condition of their people, they are at the begging state.
Okay, Dr. Nirmal Singh, I'm running out of time. I'll just give that one last word. Sujata Bashir, why don't you just a quick response from you and then we end the debate.
I just want that they said that there won't be any
Sujata
militancy
Bashir.
after this Article 370. Are they going to just blame Farooq Abdullah, Mehbooba Mufti? What are they changing? When are they going to the safety of every single person over here? Some days back, I was chased somebody, and when I asked the SSPs here, he said, ma'am, your rating is very less. So they're waiting when I'll be shooted. That time they'll give us a security, or they're waiting that day by day, they are just waiting. We are improving. Where is the improvement? Where is the change in Kashmir? Where is the safety of every single person in Kashmir? Where is the Home Minister of India? Where is the Prime Minister of India?
Thank you very much, Sujata Bashir.
Leave all the meetings and stand on the spot with that victims. They were not supposed to be there, or they were just a poor people.
Well,
so
in fact,
this is happening. What a big deal for them.
Both sides. Let's not undermine the fact that a leader like Farooq Abdullah. So Sujata Bashir, you may not like it, but yes, It is a valid point that the Jammu and Kashmir administration also needs to do some answering when it comes to the security of the minorities, not just the security of minorities, the security of every Kashmiri. And that's something that the government will have to answer. But at the same time, what really happens with leaders like Farooq Abdullah and Mehbooba Mufti? When is it that they are going to do some direct talk? When is it that they are going to get away from their love for Pakistan? That's all that we could have on the first edition of The Burning Question. On the other side, that one incident that has shocked the entire nation, a hit and run case that has taken place in the national capital. And now it's also taking a political turn. Over to you, Aishwar.
Absolutely, Shravan. And as you said, from Jammu and Kashmir to Delhi, the incident which has happened in the national capital, viewers, is something which we came to know, Shravan, yesterday. On the first day of the New Year's in 2023, viewers. It shook us all to the core. Because the visuals which came out, they were not only such which we just couldn't put on air, just like that, but it also raised the question in all our consciousness, in our conscious as journalists, and forced us to ask, then where are we going as a society? Yes, the first question goes to the law enforcement agency, the Delhi police, which was yesterday saying, or till yesterday saying, that it's only 4 kilometers. And today the same Delhi police senior official comes and says 10 to 12 kilometers. The body was dragged for 47 minutes. The Delhi police is saying the body of that girl was stuck under that car, and the 5 individuals who were inside that car were not aware. They were completely unaware. Because yesterday the Delhi police was saying the music was too loud. And when we heard that, we couldn't believe. When our colleague reached first at that police station and we saw that car, at that very moment I had on my panel former DGP of Uttar Pradesh, Vikram Singh, and I asked him, sir, can you see it looks like a very normal car, 4 speakers, 6 speakers at max, viewers. And how is it possible that these 5 individuals who were sitting inside were unable to hear the screams of that girl who was dragged for 47 minutes across Delhi on a road of Delhi, which supposedly had 0 police presence? When the Home Minister was made aware of the situation, he called the special CP, Shalini Singh herself, and directed that act without fear or favor even against those officers who did not do their work properly, and get a report back on it on my table within 24 hours. High time. And that's why the Home Minister called the special CP herself and said it, that make it happen. The LG spoke to the Commissioner of Delhi Police and said, act against those who found guilty even within your system. There is breaking news happening. Breaking news coming in. Breaking news. Amit Shah has intervened and seeks report. Yes, that is what we are saying. Amit Shah, Home Minister of the country, has spoken to senior Delhi police officials, and Shalini Singh, special CP, has been told to give the report back to the Home Minister within 24 hours. Within 24 hours, Home Minister has asked to act. Yes, I can hear you, Director. I have a full panel. I have Yasir Jalani of the BJP, Binay Singh. I have Dr. Piyush Joshi and Tanvi Pruthi. When I came to know about this Tanvi yesterday and Binay Singh, the Home Minister has rightly acted and acted now, and said that act now against those who are wrong even within the system. Binay Singh, I come to you first. There is supposedly a road in Delhi which comes or falls under the outer district. Binay Singh, you drive a car, and I've seen you coming into our office. You drive an SUV. You tell me, Binay Singh, if a small pathar, I'm saying, you know what I mean? Not even a stone, a small kankar, a pellet. Even if that comes under your car, which is an SUV, Binay Singh. Don't you feel it? Even if you have that music system on, don't you hear it? Here was a body of a girl, 20-year-old girl, crying, shouting. Her body, we can't put those visuals out, Tanvi, because she's been grinded. It's like the body has been put in a grinder. Is it possible, Binay Singh, that those 5 individuals were completely unaware? Binay?
Aishwarya, it is impossible that those 5 people could be unaware that somebody, they are driving for kilometers and kilometers. But yes, Aishwarya, when you are drunk and when you are over drunk, it is possible that you are not able to hear the voice, you are not able to hear the conscience. Even if you are hearing the voice, you are not able to hear your conscience. And I am surprised, Aishwarya, whenever it comes to festivals, and especially 1st Jan, why celebration means drink and drive? Why celebration means be careless? Why celebration means be non-serious?
And why are they being allowed?
We often discuss with friends that don't go out on 1st January because it has become a habit on drinking and driving. Aishwarya,
no, Binay Singh,
it's a case.
Binay Singh, I will just want to remind you.
These 5 guys,
you, Yasir Jilani, Dr. Piyush Joshi, Tanvi Pruthi, me, everyone. No. Binay Singh, Binay Singh, have you forgotten how we used to celebrate 31st of December or 1st of January? You know, I still remember. It used to be a big thing that there is going to be a social... Tanvi, listen to me for once. Listen. It's not a political debate. I request all 4 of you. I still remember there used to be a big social program used to come on the national broadcaster. And we as a family, everyone, all our friends in school, everyone, we all used to look forward to it, that a big social program, comedy of Jaspal Bhatti, singing of Gurdas Maan, other singers, Lata Mangeshkar, all of that will come and we will celebrate, and then a back counter of last 60 seconds will come and we'll all go and hug our parents, or we will touch feet of our grandparents. I'm not telling that you don't grow with time, Tanvi. I'm not saying that you don't change with time. Yes, you change, but you change for good. My first question is to the law and order agencies, that why there was a road of a 10 to 12 kilometer, even in the remotest possible area in the national capital, where there was no single picketing, no single police presence, not one constable was present. Otherwise, this girl would have been saved. My first question is this. Then my second question also goes out. What is happening to us as a society? Tanvi.
I completely agree with what you are saying. You know, every law enforcement agency, whether it is Delhi government, whether it is Delhi police, they have failed this girl. We could have saved her. Aishwarya, you work in a private organization. If there is a woman working after midnight, don't you have facility for her to reach her home safely? Why was her company not able to provide her that? And it was the duty of
we do and we should.
The Aam Aadmi Party to maintain it. That 31st January people will be working till midnight, and there should be SOPs have been issued by the Honorable Supreme Court, but none were followed. Now, as you pointed out, for 10 to 12 kilometers, there was
I am
no
saying
police officer
that is
on the
level
road.
2 and level 3. Tanvi, you are right. Tanvi, you are right. And it's a very strong point you are making. In the investigation, that company for which that girl was working should be questioned, and they should be penalized, and penalty should be put on them and on everyone like that, Piyush and Yasir Jilani, and all of those who do not follow such rules. We stand for it. But what I am saying is a larger question first. What the LG said in the morning, and the Home Minister of the country has intervened and asked for a report and said that act without fear or favor, that even those responsible in the system should be acted upon first. And secondly, I'm forced to, and I'm requesting, don't act as a BJP or an AAP supporter or a BJP supporter or an SP or a BSP. You all are politicians, or few of you are, but you have to be a social worker before becoming a politician. You are there in politics to serve the people. Is this how we want to serve our people? You should come together and sort this problem which is happening in our society, which Binay Singh has just indicated. New Year's doesn't mean that you go on a crazy binge of drinking like you don't know that you are dragging a dead body of a 20-year-old girl, viewers, for 47 minutes. I dare to everyone who says that can you dare to look at those visuals? You cannot look at the picture of that girl. Imagine what would be going through her parent, through her mother. When I saw those visuals, and I only saw yesterday one, I'm telling you this very clearly. Piyush, I only saw one picture yesterday, and I was taken aback, and I decided that my first show on the New Year's cannot be on politics, it has to be on this. But when I was shown the other visuals, I said, what? It's like going through a grinder, putting her body, a live human being, through a grinder. Grinder, Piyush. Imagine.
Indeed, it is a very, very sad incident that we have to go through, thing like this on a New Year's Eve. I'm getting a lot of echo. Please get it corrected if it's possible. So what I'm trying to say here, that we not only have failed this particular young girl, we are failing many of them. And the main root cause behind all such all this complacency is that the police is responsible for their political masters. Nobody is talking about police reforms. Supreme Court has advised to institutionalize a mechanism which is going to set up police reforms once and for all. Nobody talks about them. Prakash Singh ji has done an extensive report on this issue. We never talk about that. None of the state governments do, because when they come in power, they want the police to be reporting to them because it serves their political purposes. So the value of human life is going down by the day. We all, as a society, should now rise.
Piyush, and I would really request everyone that don't do a BJP AAP thing, don't do a SP AAP thing, don't do a BJP Congress thing. Yasir Jilani, दिल्ली में एक ऐसी सड़क है जिसके बारे में आई जस्ट केम टू नो टुडे, येस्टरडे, कल तक पुलिस कह रही थी 4 किलोमीटर, आज 10 से 12 किलोमीटर, और ये तब हुआ जब गृह मंत्री, देश के गृह मंत्री अमित शाह को डायरेक्टली कॉल करना पड़ा और बोलना पड़ा, व्हाट इज हैपनिंग, एक्ट एंड एक्ट नाउ। यासिर जिलानी जी, आप सोचिए 31 दिसंबर को एक ऐसी सड़क थी दिल्ली में 10 से 12 किलोमीटर की, जो 4 थानों के दायरे में आती है, मुझे बताया जा रहा है वो सड़क, और एक गाड़ी नहीं थी, एक पीसीआर वैन नहीं थी, एक पिकेटिंग नहीं थी, एक बैरिकेडिंग नहीं थी, एक चौकी नहीं थी, एक बीट कांस्टेबल नहीं था, पर गलती से वो लड़की की स्कूटी और वो व्यक्ति, वो 5 लोग, यासिर जी, इट्स क्रेजी।
Aishwarya, it's very sad.
Yeah.
I assure your viewers, Republic viewers, that no one will be go scot free. Understand? किसी को भी बख्शा नहीं जाएगा. You know why? We have a zero tolerance policy against any crime. ये हमारी जो सोच दर्शाता है उसके बारे में बता रहा हूँ. ये क्राइम बेहद खतरनाक है. इसकी जितनी भी निंदा की जाए कम है, लेकिन आप बिलीव करें कि जिस तरीके से अपराधियों को पकड़ा गया है, जैसे उनके साथ उन पे आईपीसी की धाराएं लगाई गई हैं, उनको किसी तरीके से एक नजीर पेश करना है हमें, कि जो दूसरे लोग हैं इस इंसिडेंट से सीखें कि इस तरह के अगर क्राइम दिल्ली में करते हैं तो उनके साथ कैसे।
what सीखो? No, what सीखो, Yasir Jilani? Yasir Jilani, I am sure that now no one will have the guts, even if someone was imagining, Binay Singh, that they will be able to help these 5, they cannot, because the Home Minister of the country has intervened. Tanvi, I am coming. But Binay Singh, coming back to the point, what is happening to us as a society? My first point is that the police wasn't there. Second point is that when we talk about 31st December, we say that the whole of the city is on the streets. Did no one see this girl being dragged under the body and being grinded alive for 47 minutes? And one person who saw tried to call 20 times. But where are we going? And we just saw, Tanvi, few weeks prior, Binay Singh, a girl was chopped. News came in, chopped into 36 pieces, kept in the fridge. No one was aware that it happened. It also raises a larger question on us as a society. Yasir Jilani, I'll come back to you. Binay Singh. Binay.
Aishwarya, the whole case is that a girl has been killed, murdered, butchered, she has been into pieces, dragged for 14 kilometers. Her life has been spoiled, and the 5 guys, those who are accused of killing that girl, their life has also been spoiled. So total 6 lives have been spoiled, and all in the name of celebration. Celebrating 31st Jan, celebrating the new year.
What celebration?
Celebrating carelessly, celebrating by drink.
Is this what celebration means, Binay Singh?
So this is a lesson.
No, you are a writer, Binay Singh.
Be responsible. Be responsible.
No, Binay Singh, you are a writer.
We don't even know.
Please tell me what celebration means.
For sure.
You have
please.
spoiling your life.
We
and
cannot
killing a
say
girl.
that this was only celebration and it was. It has still not been proven that whether it was intentional or not.
And spoiling your life, man.
Sir, nobody knows that it was celebration only. Whether it
So
was
what celebration, Binay Singh?
intentional.
No, what celebration allows anyone to kill someone's daughter? And do you know, it really, my heart pours out to that family, and everyone should. And you see, she was the only sole earning member of that family. Imagine. She was a hard-working individual. And Tanvi, the first point you made, that company
I doubt
for which she was working, she should... Binay. Yes, Binay Singh and then Tanvi. Yes, Binay Singh. Please complete, Binay. Yeah, carry on.
Aishwarya, why I doubt it was a result of an irresponsible celebration? Because it's a habit. If you come to the streets on 31st or 1st of January, you know it has become a fashion to be responsible. You can see people driving very carelessly. Even on the 1st or 31st of January, we avoid coming on the roads or driving. So Aishwarya, drinking is not a crime. But when you drink, man, don't drive. You will end up in killing someone, end up in spoiling your lives, spoiling your family, spoiling some others' families. So it's a lesson for everyone, Aishwarya. In the name of celebration.
What are you saying? Binay, Tanvi.
New Year, starting the new year.
No, such celebrations, no.
Don't be
Your
careless.
celebration
Don't
cannot be
Aishwarya.
a killing spree for someone else. Tanvi, there are several angles, there are several points.
Definitely.
But I want you raise that point, Tanvi, that company for which she was working should have provided her with proper transportation at that late hour, especially on the 31st of December. Absolutely correct, Tanvi. But Tanvi, there is also a larger point, and I ask, that shouldn't we as a society come out and question ourselves? Everyone, all 5 of us on the debate, Tanvi, Piyush Joshi, me, Binay Singh and Yasir Jilani, that what is happening? What is happening? Are we becoming so inconsiderate? And I'm very clearly saying that for 47 minutes she was being dragged and no one saw. Only one person, and who was trying to call? No one could stop that car. No one could. Or we just thought, ho raha hai, hone do, let it be. And that let it be, that girl was grinded alive, Tanvi. Grinded alive.
She was grinded alive and she was found naked. Let's not forget this fact. Delhi police, first of all, said that it was 4 kilometers. Today, after Honorable Home Minister Amit Shah intervened, and thank you so much to our Home Minister for intervening, when the police corrected themselves saying it's 12 kilometers. Now they have ruled out sexual assault angle without even investigating. At least finish the investigation and then you say what has happened and what has not happened. The investigation from day one has been very, very wrong. And you are right. These are not people, Binay sir is just trivializing the entire matter. These are monsters who did this. You can't be, you can't be just drunk and, you have to be really on a very, very low life condition, almost on a state of animality.
No, what Binay is trying to say is this, Tanvi. Yasir Jilani, I'll come back to you. No, Tanvi, what Binay is trying to say, that in the name of celebration, you can't just say that you are allowed to drink. And the police should have acted upon them. I am saying 12 kilometers, Piyush and Binay Singh, they should not have been allowed to drive or enter the car for 12 steps or 12 meters. They were allowed to drive 12 kilometers. And God knows for how long were they driving. And no one knows till now, did they do any other prior incident prior to this also or not? Because Binay was brought in, I'll go to Binay first and then to you, Piyush. Yes, Binay is responding to Tanvi. Binay, yeah. Binay.
Tanvi, I just meant to say that there are 4 stakeholders of this crime. One, the company of the girl, those who left her alone on the streets. Second, the driver and the person sitting in the car, those who were so brutal, so cruel and so careless. Third, the police. In 14 kilometers, where 4 police stations were there, they were not able to stop it. And 4, finally the citizens who became the mute spectators. Because I am not ready to agree that in the span of 14 kilometers, not a single person was able to, see what was happening. So there are 4 stakeholders in this crime. I am just trying to say that. I am not trivializing the matter. I am not simplifying it. But yes, the fact of the matter is that we are, frightened to come on the streets on 1st January or on 31st evening. The scene on the streets or scene on the roads is very, pathetic. People, in the name of celebration, they are becoming careless. They are becoming dangerous. They are becoming murderous monsters. This is what I want to say. I am not downplaying.
Ending comments.
The reason behind all this is that we have a reactive policing system rather than a proactive policing system, and it all boils down to the same fact again and again. When incident like this happens, we keep on talking about police reforms. We all feel an urgent need to institute police reforms, but then as time passes, we tend to forget such incidents, and then slowly and steadily we stop talking about these police reform systems.
We cannot.
It is a reactive policing system. So whenever you are faced with reactive policing system, I'm sorry.
No, you can raise that question today because it's right that Yasir Jilani, there was a road on the 31st of December, a stretch of 10 to 12 kilometers. Without a police constable, without a PCR, without a fast response team, without a picketing, without a barricade.
Glaring lapses by Delhi police.
Those officers would have to answer. Those concerned officers would have to answer. Yasir Jilani, ending comments.
Yes, Aishwarya, as far as the officer concerned, I think they are putting best effort to ensure collecting evidence.
The best is not enough till now. The best is not enough till now, Yasir. Yasir, the best is not enough. Yasir, the best is not enough. The best is not enough. Tanvi, I'm giving you the final 30 seconds. Tanvi, your ending comments. Tanvi Pruthi, your ending comments. Tanvi Pruthi, your ending comments, ma'am.
The story, Aishwarya, there is more to this story. Police needs to investigate the matter properly. That woman was found naked. This should not be taken lightly. The police till now is taking the investigation very lightly.
Absolutely.
I hope after the intervention of Home Minister...
And Tanvi, I feel after the Home Minister, Binay Singh, Yasir Jilani, Piyush Joshi, Tanvi Pruthi, I at least feel that Tanvi, after the Home Minister of the country intervening and directly speaking to Special CP Shalini Singh and telling that give me a report as soon as possible, within 24 to 48 hours, no one will dare to take the word of the Home Minister of the country rightly. I'm sure about that. But then once again, 47 minutes and 10 to 12 kilometers, an area which comes under, I'm being told, 4 police stations. There was not one constable, one police car, one PCR on the road. These questions would have to be answered. Thank you so much. With that, I will wrap debate number 2 of the burning question. And after the break, it's the man himself, Arnab Goswami, on the debate viewers. Don't go anywhere.
The Sunanda tape.
Was there an email that was sent to you from Shashi Tharoor asking for help? Can you show me the mail?
Dr. Tharoor, can you answer whether directly or indirectly you tried to get in touch with Dr. Sudhir Gupta?
हम प्रूफ के साथ वो चीजें आपसे पूछ रहे हैं। हम अपना प्रूफ अपने घर में रख।
The Lalu tape. We don't preach journalism. We practice it.
This is Abhishek Kapoor reporting from New Delhi, and this is Republic.
11,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
यही वो बलोनो गाड़ी है जिससे ये एक्सीडेंट यहाँ पर हुआ है। सबसे बड़ी बात यही है कि आखिर में 20 साल की लड़की इस गाड़ी में फंसती है और उन लड़कों को नहीं पता चलता। जो स्टेटमेंट उनकी ओर से लगातार ये दिया जा रहा है कि उनको इस बात की जानकारी नहीं कि वो लड़की इस गाड़ी में जो है वो फंसी हुई थी, कि स्कूटी का ये जो आगे का हिस्सा है, आगे का हिस्सा वो पूरी तरीके से खत्म हो चुका है।
जैन समाज की तरफ से यह प्रदर्शन किया जा रहा है। समेश शिखर जी जो जैन समाज का एक तीर्थ स्थल माना जाता है, उसको जब केंद्र सरकार और झारखंड सरकार ने पर्यटन स्थल घोषित कर दिया, उसके बाद से ये प्रोटेस्ट जो है वो हमें देश के तमाम अलग अलग हिस्सों में जो है वो देखने को मिल रहा है। यहाँ पर लगातार जो है दिल्ली पुलिस डिटेन करती हुई नजर आ रही है जैन समाज के लोगों को।
तो अभी मैं GK2 में खड़ा हूं और आप मेरे राइट साइड में देख सकती हैं, ये वही अंतरा केयर सेंटर है जहां पर सुबह में आग लगी है। लगभग 5 बजे का वो समय बताया जा रहा है। जो सेकंड फ्लोर है और थर्ड फ्लोर है, उन्हीं दोनों फ्लोर में आग सबसे ज्यादा इफेक्ट हुई। उसमें बताया जा रहा है कि 2 लोगों की झुलसने से मौत हो गई है और साथ ही 6 लोगों को रेस्क्यू कर लिया गया है।
यही वो बलोनो गाड़ी है जिससे ये एक्सीडेंट यहाँ पर हुआ है। सबसे बड़ी बात यही है कि आखिर में 20 साल की लड़की इस गाड़ी में फंसती है और उन लड़कों को नहीं पता चलता। जो स्टेटमेंट उनकी ओर से लगातार ये दिया जा रहा है कि उनको इस बात की जानकारी नहीं कि वो लड़की इस गाड़ी में जो है वो फंसी हुई थी, कि स्कूटी का ये जो आगे का हिस्सा है, आगे का हिस्सा वो पूरी तरीके से खत्म हो चुका है।
जैन समाज की तरफ से यह प्रदर्शन किया जा रहा है। समेश शिखर जी जो जैन समाज का एक तीर्थ स्थल माना जाता है, उसको जब केंद्र सरकार और झारखंड सरकार ने पर्यटन स्थल घोषित कर दिया, उसके बाद से ये प्रोटेस्ट जो है वो हमें देश के तमाम अलग अलग हिस्सों में जो है वो देखने को मिल रहा है। यहाँ पर लगातार जो है दिल्ली पुलिस डिटेन करती हुई नजर आ रही है जैन समाज के लोगों को।
तो अभी मैं GK2 में खड़ा हूं और आप मेरे राइट साइड में देख सकती हैं, ये वही अंतरा केयर सेंटर है जहां पर सुबह में आग लगी है। लगभग 5 बजे का वो समय बताया जा रहा है। जो सेकंड फ्लोर है और थर्ड फ्लोर है, उन्हीं दोनों फ्लोर में आग सबसे ज्यादा इफेक्ट हुई। उसमें बताया जा रहा है कि 2 लोगों की झुलसने से मौत हो गई है और साथ ही 6 लोगों को रेस्क्यू कर लिया गया है।
यही वो बलोनो गाड़ी है जिससे ये एक्सीडेंट यहाँ पर हुआ है। सबसे बड़ी बात यही है कि आखिर में 20 साल की लड़की इस गाड़ी में फंसती है और उन लड़कों को नहीं पता चलता। जो स्टेटमेंट उनकी ओर से लगातार ये दिया जा रहा है कि उनको इस बात की जानकारी नहीं कि वो
Didn't even spare children. 6 massacred in Rajouri, including a 4-year-old and a 5-year-old child. JKLG will avenge Rajouri, says Manoj Sinha. Jammu and Kashmir LG Manoj Sinha chairs high-level meets victim, says Rajouri will be avenged. Home Minister Amit Shah intervenes in Delhi hit-and-run case, asks police to act swiftly without fear or favor.
This is Shivangi Shukla reporting from Delhi NCR, and this is Republic.
$11,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
आग को फैलने से रोकना मुश्किल है पर नामुमकिन नहीं। अब फायरवॉल टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ सेंचुरी प्लाइड क्लब प्राइम आग से बचाए।
जैन समाज की तरफ से यह प्रदर्शन किया जा रहा है। समेश शिखर जी जो जैन समाज का एक तीर्थ स्थल माना जाता है, उसको जब केंद्र सरकार और झारखंड सरकार ने पर्यटन स्थल घोषित कर दिया, उसके बाद से ये प्रोटेस्ट जो है वो हमें देश के तमाम अलग अलग हिस्सों में जो है वो देखने को मिल रहा है। यहाँ पर लगातार जो है दिल्ली पुलिस डिटेन करती हुई नजर आ रही है जैन समाज के लोगों को।
तो अभी मैं जीके 2 में खड़ा हूं और आप मेरे राइट साइड में देख सकती हैं, ये वही अंतरा केयर सेंटर है जहां पर सुबह में आग लगी है। लगभग 5 बजे का वो समय बताया जा रहा है। जो सेकंड फ्लोर है और थर्ड फ्लोर है, उन्हीं दोनों फ्लोर में आग सबसे ज्यादा इफेक्ट हुई। उसमें बताया जा रहा है कि 2 लोगों की झुलसने से मौत हो गई है और साथ ही 6 लोगों को रेस्क्यू कर लिया गया है।
यही वो बलोनो गाड़ी है जिससे ये एक्सीडेंट यहाँ पर हुआ है। सबसे बड़ी बात यही है कि आखिर में 20 साल की लड़की इस गाड़ी में फंसती है और उन लड़कों को नहीं पता चलता। जो स्टेटमेंट उनकी ओर से लगातार ये दिया जा रहा है कि उनको इस बात की जानकारी नहीं कि वो लड़की इस गाड़ी में जो है वो फंसी हुई थी, कि स्कूटी का ये जो आगे का हिस्सा है, आगे का हिस्सा वो पूरी तरीके से खत्म हो चुका है।
जैन समाज की तरफ से यह प्रदर्शन किया जा रहा है। समेश शिखर जी, जो जैन समाज का एक तीर्थ स्थल माना जाता है, उसको जब केंद्र सरकार और झारखंड सरकार ने पर्यटन स्थल घोषित कर दिया, उसके बाद से ये प्रोटेस्ट जो है वो हमें देश के तमाम अलग अलग हिस्सों में जो है वो देखने को मिल रहा है। यहाँ पर लगातार जो है दिल्ली पुलिस डिटेन करती हुई नजर आ रही है जैन समाज के लोगों को।
तो अभी मैं जीके 2 में खड़ा हूं और आप मेरे राइट साइड में देख सकती हैं, ये वही अंतरा केयर सेंटर है जहां
Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Arnab Goswami on the debate at 9. Presented by Amity University. Powered by RP Sanjeev Goenka Group. Century Ply. MYK Laticrete Tile Adhesives. And Samsonite.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight at the start of the year, we need to start by swearing once again that the promise that we made to ourselves 10 years back when Nirbhaya was killed has not been forgotten. Tonight we need to remind ourselves that our blood has not started flowing cold in our veins, and that our anger at injustice is not dead, and that our voices which shouted so loud that we reminded the government that we the people matter are strong enough, and our convictions still certain enough for us to shout ourselves hoarse that no, when a 20-year-old young girl is murdered by 5 men in the national capital, we shall not look away, talk about something else and pretend it doesn't matter or doesn't concern us. My challenge, therefore, in a way, is to you, the viewer, and more accurately to us all. For what the Delhi police is claiming is an eyewash. What the Delhi police is saying is a lie, and the Delhi police needs to be reminded that the average citizen has enough intelligence to read through and see through its lies. And so to the Delhi Police Commissioner I ask, why are your policemen almost laying the blame on the 20-year-old girl who was murdered? And is it possible to be more direct that they have been influenced by a local politician who is from the BJP? How is it that a girl can be dragged for 14 kilometers and not one policeman sees anything? How ridiculous is that? How is it that as per the FIR, 2 of the 5 men in the car are drunk, But the police claims they can't say so because they don't have a medical report and so cannot be certain. It's insane what the police is saying. Absolute insanity, Mr. Police Commissioner. And we cannot and we will not let you get away with it. How can a car hit a scooter and the driver of the scooter get entangled underneath a small car and get dragged for 14 kilometers and the body of the scooter driver found without any clothes on? And which police force anywhere in the world, Mr. Delhi Police Commissioner, would register this to be and claim this to be an accident? Is it an accident, Mr. Commissioner? It's no accident. But what this tells me is that 10 years, after 10 years, the police in the national capital has learnt nothing. But let them know tonight that we are still around and that we, the people, will challenge their malice and their falsehoods with all the force and all the conviction at our command. For there is never any grey for me, it's only black or white, a good or bad, truth or falsehood. And at the start of this year, I call upon all of you, my fellow citizens, respond as you did when I called on you to speak out during Nirbhaya. Justice has to be delivered. It will be delivered. This has to be made a case in point. Justice for Delhi's daughter. Justice for Delhi's daughter. Punishment for those who dare to cover up. Punishment for them and justice for Delhi's daughter. That's all we are debating tonight, 9 to 10. When a 20-year-old is dragged for 13 kilometers on New Year's Eve, and when it doesn't add up, I wonder why these questions don't come to the police when they come to us. And debate number 2 tonight, the lies that demonetization was bad for the country. Slap in the face for the lobby. For on the first working day of the new year, the Supreme Court backs and supports demonetization. And here are the headlines this Monday evening on the debate tonight.
पे मर्डर का तो है ही है जो उन्होंने करा है। अगर उन्होंने रेप करा है तो रेप का केस भी लगेगा और उन लड़कों को फांसी देने की बोला है।
Hit by a car and then allegedly dragged for 13 kilometers and 47 minutes. The most gruesome case in the national capital.
जो बॉडी थी वो उस गाड़ी में कहीं स्टक की है और वो कई किलोमीटर तक, लगभग 10-12 किलोमीटर तक उन्होंने ड्रैग किया है।
Caught napping, doing U-turns and under pressure, the Delhi police now admits the victim was dragged for 13 kilometers and not 4 kilometers. They are constantly changing their version. Home Minister takes note of the Delhi hit-and-run case the country is talking about and seeks an inquiry and a report from the Delhi Special Commissioner.
The MP notification dated 8 November 2016 satisfies the test of proportionality and as such cannot be struck down on the said ground.
In the biggest blow to the lobby this new year, the Supreme Court upholds and in fact praises demonetization. The apex court,
by a majority judgment of 4-1, has dismissed all the 58 writ petitions challenging the constitutional validity of the historic demonetization.
Apex Court strikes down every lie of the anti-demo lobby, states clearly that demonetization was a well-intentioned, well-thought proposal. And singled out their identities checked and then massacred. Pakistani cowards didn't spare even 4 and 5-year-olds in Rajouri. Ladies and gentlemen, in the national capital, a 20-year-old woman was killed, murdered. Her body was found without clothes. It's the most heinous, the most spine-chilling crime. But the Delhi police want to mirror the narrative of the accused instead. The Delhi police wants to therefore indirectly push a narrative that this was an accident, that this was a hit-and-run case. Why would they say so? Only and only if they want to cover up the case. The Delhi police wants us to believe the unbelievable, defend the indefensible. Ladies and gentlemen, we want justice for Delhi's daughter. Let's debate.
In the national capital, their anger is palpable.
These are the people on the ground. They're questioning the Delhi police. They are seeking justice for the victim. They are asking as to how this could happen. They are saying that this is for the victim, this is for every daughter, this is for every woman living in Delhi. 10 years after Nirbhaya, why is it that we are seeing such a barbaric hit and run case of the girl whose clothes were also not on her when the police found the body?
The reason for this anger is the abhorrent failure of law and order when a 20-year-old girl was dragged through the streets of Delhi at 3:30 a.m. by this car that had 5 men in it. The CCTV captures it all. The crime committed on a day when the Delhi police claimed to have heightened security.
जो कुछ कॉशंस हैं वो ये है कि ये सेफ एंड सिक्योर सेलिब्रेशन होना है और ख़ास करके जो ड्रंकन बिहेवियर होता है कई बार जब हर्षोल्लास में हम जब बह जाते हैं तो ड्रंकन बिहेवियर, ड्रंकन ड्राइविंग, रैश एंड नेग्लिजेंट ड्राइविंग या किसी तरह के ब्रॉल में पड़ जाना और विमेन सेफ्टी हमारा फोकस होगा। जो पुलिस डिप्लॉयमेंट है इसमें 2500 से ज़्यादा विमेन पुलिस फोर्स का डिप्लॉयमेंट होगा।
It is unfathomable that the police failed to act when a young girl was dragged for almost 13 kilometers in the Kanjawala area in Delhi.
This is the spot, and till kilometers I can see. I'll ask my video journalist to give you a long view of this particular road. You can also see, our viewers can see that yes, this is the smooth road. This is the plain road. This particular patch is not that broken. I can see from this particular point where the body was found from 3 to 4 kilometers, like this particular road is very much smooth. Then too, they didn't got it that what is happening.
Hear how, while speaking to Republic, the man who first called the police describes the almost callous response.
पीसीआर तो मेरे सामने से 3 पीसीआर गुजरी हैं, लेकिन कोई एक्टिवपना मेरे को शायद नज़र नहीं आया, या उनको मेरी बात झूठ लगी, या उनको ये नहीं पता था कि ये गाड़ी वो है। बल्कि जिस टाइम से मेरे 3 पीसीआर मेरे सामने से गुजरी हैं, उस टाइम से पहले मैं गाड़ी का नंबर दे चुका था। गाड़ी का नंबर आपने नोट कर लिया? हाँ, गाड़ी का नंबर नोट कर लिया, गाड़ी का नंबर दे चुका था, गाड़ी का रंग बता चुका था और मॉडल बता चुका था, बलेनो गाड़ी है। सब कुछ होने के बावजूद भी 3 पीसीआर मेरे सामने से गुजर गई।
Another witness, a delivery boy who informed the police about the incident, shares a similar tale of apathy.
मैंने अपनी बाइक जैसे ही संभाली तो उनकी गाड़ी रोहिणी की तरफ को मुड़ चुकी थी। 100-150 मीटर की दूरी पर पुलिस चौकी है। उस चौकी को देखकर उन्होंने वापसी गाड़ी मोड़ी। गाड़ी जब मोड़ी तो बहुत तेज आवाज़ आई थी। जब आवाज़ आई मैंने जब मुड़कर देखा तो लड़की का सर लटक रहा था। ये है कि गाड़ी में कोई गाने नहीं चल रहे थे। लाइव देखा है, कोई गाने नहीं चल रहे थे उस टाइम गाड़ी में।
और गाड़ी क्या बहुत तेज चल रही थी?
40 से लेकर 60 की स्पीड पे थी। उसके बाद मैंने अपने जब सेक्टर 24 के लिए जा रहा था तो वहाँ पर 2 पुलिस वाले मिले बाइक पे। मैंने उनको बोला, तो मैंने उनको बताया कि सर ऐसे ऐसे बात हुई है। तो उन्होंने ये बात बोली कि तेरे तो नहीं लगी, मगर नहीं कि जा, बाकी हम देख लेंगे।
The distraught mother of the deceased 20-year-old says this was no accident.
मैं अपने बच्चे को देखना चाहती हूँ, पुलिस वाले कुछ नहीं कर रहे हैं। मेरे बच्चे को एक बार तक दिखाया तक नहीं है कि देख लो ये तुम्हारा बच्चा है या नहीं है। क्यों नहीं दिखा रहे? उसके साथ क्यों क्या कर दिया ऐसा? एक्सीडेंट भी होता है तो क्या दिखाते नहीं है या देखते नहीं है? ऐसा क्या करा है मेरे बच्चे के साथ?
The family says there is a deliberate go slow by the Delhi police.
उसके अंदर एक बीजेपी का बंदा है, उसके साथ उनके अंदर वो इन्वॉल्व है इस केस में, मनोज मित्तल।
उसका बाहर बोर्ड भी लगा हुआ है बीजेपी का, मोटा सा आदमी है, उस केस को दबाने के लिए वो पूरी सपोर्ट कर रहा है वो इंसान।
The forensic team may have reached the spot today.
जो हमारी डायरेक्टर मैडम है उन्होंने इस केस की सेंसिटिविटी को देखते हुए 2 टीमें कंस्टिट्यूट करी थी। दोनों टीमों ने थॉरोली दोनों व्हीकलों को एग्जामिन कर लिया है और अभी हम स्पॉट पे एग्जामिन।
क्या ब्लड उसमें मिला है?
किसी गाड़ी वाले में नीचे की साइड में हमें कुछ।
क्या गाड़ी के अंदर?
गाड़ी के अंदर भी हमने एग्जामिन कर लिया और जो भी एग्जिबिट हमें मिले थे हमने पुलिस को सौंप दिया।
But until yesterday, the police tried to say that the body was dragged for 4 kilometers. Today, the lapses are staring them in the face.
जो अभी तक का इन्वेस्टिगेशन है उसमें हमें ये जानकारी मिली है कि उस लड़की की जो बॉडी थी वो उस गाड़ी में कहीं स्टक की है और वो कई किलोमीटर तक, लगभग 10-12 किलोमीटर तक उन्होंने ड्रैग किया है और फिर वो किसी टर्निंग के दौरान कहीं पे वो बॉडी गिरी है।
The Delhi police's versions are changing and the action against the accused is far from satisfactory. The questions that the Delhi police must answer now. How is it that the victim went undetected for 14 long kilometers and no one knew? How is it that on a night when there should be heightened security that there were no checkpoints through this entire stretch? Multiple calls that were made to the Delhi police. What stopped them from acting? Why is it that there is still no clarity on the fact to whether the accused were drunk or not? Can the Delhi police completely rule out the sexual assault angle? Let's debate.
I welcome everyone on this debate. Yashovardhan Azad, Abhishek Sudhir, Kapil Madan, Mamta Kale, Karan Verma. My first and second question will be to Charu Pragya, who is spokesperson of the BJP. Charu, one of the accused is the coordinator of the BJP ward in Mangalpuri. In other words, one of the accused, name being Manoj Mittal, is a BJP man, a local BJP leader from the BJP, and his name is in the FIR. Do you confirm that a BJP leader called Manoj Mittal was in the car which is involved in this killing, and therefore one of the accused in this case of possible murder is a BJP leader?
Arnab, good evening. And the horrifying incident, accident, rape, murder in Delhi has left us all shaken. There is no way it matters what the political affiliation of one or any men in that car is. It does not matter. And the LG has made that amply clear by saying that his socio-economic standing, his political affiliations do not matter. Instructions are clear, instructions are transparent. Those who are found to be guilty will be behind bars. These 5 are already behind bars. But if there are any which are complicit,
I will repeat the question. No, you cannot, because I would just 1 minute, please, Charu. 1 minute, please. 1 minute. I'm requesting you to wait. I'm repeating my question. And since you are saying that which political party, their socio-economic status, where they are from does not matter, you should also have no hesitation in saying yes or no. One of the persons who is involved in this murder / rape / whatever it is, sexual assault, killing, murder, the family of the deceased is saying it's a murder, you should say yes or no. One of the 5 accused is a BJP leader of local prominence in Delhi.
Arnab, I don't know this person personally, but if he is, that's all right. His political affiliation does not matter. He's a criminal, full stop.
No,
after that, nothing needs to be seen.
First of all,
I'm very clear about this.
Okay. So I'll tell you what, Charu. Charu, 1 minute. Charu, let me tell you. It's not all right, so please be careful with your use of words. Abhishek is already into the debate, but before you come in, Abhishek, I'll tell you, Charu,
No, you cannot say it's all right. It's not all right. B, it matters.
2 years is the sentence.
B, it matters. Even Karan, who on most occasions supports the BJP, agrees with me that it matters.
Yes,
this becomes a case of moral culpability of your party as well. Karan wanted to add something there before Abhishek.
Have been increased, Arnab, not decreased.
No, Arnab,
the
you're bang
instructions
on,
are clear.
and
There is no
I'm
shielding
extremely
of any
grateful to
criminal
you.
here. Their level will
No, 1 minute, Charu, 1 minute. 1 minute. Let you hear Karan's view.
Moral responsibility.
Abhishek, let's hear Karan and then I come to you. Yeah, Karan.
I have to thank your network for taking this issue up in the most direct manner possible. And I appreciate that you asked a pointed question to Charu. Because if he is from BJP, the party must come clean on this, sack him immediately, and there should be no patronage for this barbaric animal. Absolutely no whatsoever. And I'm glad that an example should be made this time around, and people should not forget. Our problem is we forget. Thanks to your network, we are raising this up, and let's not forget, because these incidents keep happening.
No example is being made,
we
my
brush
friend.
them under the carpet. And today, this must be discussed threadbare. What has happened is
the police is behaving like the lawyers for the accused.
No, the police has made.
The police is saying the poor boys, they didn't know the body was there.
Should roll.
They are saying the poor boys, it's an accident.
Should roll. But
no,
at the same time,
my sympathies are with Charu. Let me just say my sympathies are with Charu, Karan. Today, where is Shehzad Poonawalla? Where is Gaurav Bhatia? Where is Sanju Verma? Where are these top BJP spokespersons? Whenever it is something to do with the opposition, they will be first in line.
No, Abhishek, you are again
how can you not politicize it?
That's the problem.
One of the accused is a member of the BJP. One of the accused is a member of the BJP. If the accused is a member of AAP, would you not have politicized it?
Doing a drama.
Is there any
Karan, if the accused was a member of the AAP, you would not politicize it. Charu Pragya is Manoj Mittal, a member of BJP. Charu is Manoj Mittal, a member of your party.
Then this is not the forum for that. I think Arnab will also not appreciate that.
Now you're talking, you are politicizing it now.
No, I wish to remind you, I wish to ask you, my next question is again to Charu.
Manoj Mittal, a member of the BJP.
Yeah, answer the question. He is a member of the BJP and he had therefore has local influence. And Charu, let me tell you one thing.
100%
Just, let me tell you, Charu. We are not living in La La Land. You have a politician who is involved in a horrendous case, a horrendous crime. He is a person who holds local influence. Therefore, it is entirely possible that he has put pressure or influenced the police at a local level. My question is, it's been 36 hours. Why is it taking so much push from us to get you to even wake up? And now, the police commissioner is saying he'll investigate. Let me assure you, if there was no media pressure, he would not be investigating. Now, would you like to tell me, my next question to you is this. Absolutely. Charu, I had led the protests in the media in the Nirbhaya rape case in 2012. At that time, I had been very critical of Rahul Gandhi for not opening his mouth and for disappearing and hiding and all the usual things which he's done then. Now, at that time, Charu, you said that it is a wake-up call and there needs to be a special session of Parliament to discuss this case. May I ask you why this incident should not demand a special session of Parliament, going by the precedent that you have set? Why not have a special session of Parliament now? And is this not a wake-up call for you?
Arnab, unfortunately, wake-up calls come at the cost of young women losing their dignity, losing their lives, and unfortunately,
I was talking about a special session of Parliament.
Politicized. Can I
I was speaking about a special session of Parliament, and I was saying to you, allow me please, because you are dodging my question. At that time, Mr. Prakash Javadekar was party spokesperson of the BJP, who went on to be the Minister for Information and Broadcasting for a while. And he had said that the UPA government has failed miserably in protecting women and had demanded a special session of Parliament, which did happen, by the way. Right? Now, I want to know, why are you not doing the same thing now? We will support you, Charu.
Great. Arnab, what I'm trying to say here is that when a crime like this happens, There is no defending it, and nobody should defend it, a woman least of all. So I am not going to stand here and say that special session of parliament should not happen. I'm not going to stand here and say the political affiliation of somebody should matter. I want to remind you that all 5 accused are already behind bars. The Honorable Home Minister of the country is monitoring the case. Also, the sections levied against these 5 accused have been increased and made absolutely stricter.
He's monitoring the case,
made stricter, not made lax.
He's monitoring the case.
He cannot. No,
really?
He's not a police officer.
You have filed a case of criminal negligence against them, which carries 2 years in prison. After media pressure, you have said culpable homicide not amounting to murder. The girl was naked. That girl was naked. There were no clothes on her body. There were no clothes on that girl's body.
My conscience does not allow it.
There was no clothes on that girl's body.
Why must any other case happen like this for us to fight? Why should we not stand together?
1 minute.
Why are you not talking about murder?
Charu, a
Why are
minute.
you not talking about murder?
Abhishek, may I request you? Abhishek, 1 minute. Charu, stay on. 1 minute. We'll have Charu and Mamta on one side. Just 1 minute. Abhishek, allow me. I can't have 6 people speak together, but this is very important. And I agree with you, Abhishek, for the first time ever in this life, that the police is acting like the lawyers for the accused. I completely agree with you. And it is painful. I want to bring in Yashovardhan Azad in this case, along with Kapil. I agree with Abhishek here. And I want to ask Yashovardhan Azad, Mr. Azad, when the police, files an FIR in a case such as this, right? Do they do any prima facie substantiation of any facts before they decide which clauses to use?
Well, technically, the FIR is based to be purely on the substance which have been given to them. Now, in this case, I don't know who has, on whose statement they have filed. Is it the witness or the police itself has done it? But one thing is very clear, and this I want to clarify right at the very beginning, is that there are 2 parts to this crime. One is that horrible incident that in an inebriated state, these drunken perverts hit that lady. And it's obvious that when a vehicle is dragging somebody on, they were in full knowledge and they still did it for them. So immediately the tougher section, that is the culpable homicide not amounting to murder, should have been put in that FIR. So in that respect, I agree with you that the crime appears to be minimized. Now, is it intentional or is it because a lower rank officer was doing it? This is something for an inquiry which the special commissioner will look at.
No, I just one point. Is culpable homicide not amounting to murder the same as causing death by negligence?
No, not at all. That is 304A.
Correct.
That's
so this is 304A and the other is 304. Agreed. And is it the same as rash driving, culpable homicide not amounting to murder? That is 279. So my contention being, sir, that this is a clear case to me of the police helping the accused because they have put only bailable sections.
Yes. Yeah, earlier on, you're right. I told you that they instituted a case under 304A, which is nothing. I mean, 279 is hardly anything. Rash and negligent driving leading to a death. Now, that is also available. Now, this was during the British times because, very few people had gadis, gadis. So the white sahibs will go free, even if they hit somebody. But the culpable homicide not amounting to murder is the right thing because obviously when they have hit the girl...
Why was it not, my question being, Mr. Azad, why was it not put earlier, Kapil Madan?
To protect the accused.
It is to protect the accused, one of whom is a prominent local BJP leader. Kapil Madan is on the debate. Kapil.
Arnab, can I come in? So I would like to, first, Arnab, thank you for raising this as an important issue. Now, again, what, Charu wants to argue, Charu doesn't have an argument today. And, Charu goes on to, defend the undefensible, where you have, ample evidence on the court to show that at the first instance, the police does not record the FIR, registers the FIR in the appropriate section, which is prima facie is made out. Now B, Charu, please, Charu, I never interrupted you. Charu, I never interrupted you. Allow me to finish my point, please. No, allow me to finish my point. I know this is giving you anxiety. I know this is giving you anxiety, and you don't have an answer today.
Why will it give me anxiety? I'm angry.
Now, look at the irony of the situation.
Instead of focusing on making sure the culprits are given the strictest possible action,
now
you are politicizing everything.
Now the fact remains. Now, if you don't have evidence, or if you don't know all the facts, you make a statement that the women were dragged for 4 kilometers. Now, after your reports and the media pressure, they admit that
Kapil,
it was
I'm very
not
directly
4, it was
asking
12
you if the
kilometers.
police commissioner has been instructed strictly to deal with lapses on the side of the police.
Arnab,
why are you not acknowledging that? Is that not important?
My point is, now it is very easy for the Home Minister
No,
to
it's
say,
more important to take political pot shots.
Now the point is,
it's more important for you to take political pot shots, even at a time like this.
The people have lost confidence. Why not a judicial probe? What action you have taken against the officer for dereliction of duty? I mean, are you trying to say if a woman is being dragged for 12 kilometers, there was no checkpoints? Especially you have, when you have a day like 31st December, where most of the people
I
go out
asked you
and
a very
celebrate.
specific question, Kapil.
Now, my point.
If the police commissioner has said that all lapses will be dealt with, do you not want to acknowledge that issue?
All the government is trying to do, is trying to brush the issue under the carpet. You are not putting.
No, who's brushing it under the carpet? Ordering extra inquiries into the issue is not brushing anything under the carpet, Kapil.
Why not a judicial probe? The family alleges sexual harassment. Family alleges sexual assault. Why not a judicial probe? What is stopping you to have a judicial probe?
Can we wait for the police to come up with this investigation report first? Can we wait for the postmortem report to come up first?
When you have prima facie evidence to show that
no, I asked you two very specific questions, and it's very clear in spite of that you are intent on politicizing a crime against a young woman. Can there never be an instance where you prioritize
a moment. Charu, you are being extremely understanding, empathetic and forgiving, and will get towards the Delhi police, which I can observe here. Were you so understanding, empathetic and forgiving towards the Delhi police when the BJP led the demonstrations in Jantar Mantar in the Nirbhaya case just 10 years ago? I'm sorry to say this to you, you must realize there's something called the will and anger of the people. Please don't test that. You will lose, the people will win. You are on the wrong side by indirectly providing some legal or political cover to the Delhi police. You should take immediate action against the Delhi police at the highest level. Because 10 years after Nirbhaya, what is clear to me is that nothing has changed. And you want me to believe that a small car dragged a young lady for 14 kilometers, 47 minutes apart, there were 2 PCR calls. There was no response from the Delhi police. The girl dies, they remove her body, and they continue to drive on. And then they have bailable sections against them. Tell me, Charu, you tell me, Mamta, you tell me, Charu, do you believe that a car can hit a scooter and the body of the scooter driver, not even the clothes of the scooter driver, but the body of the scooter driver can get entangled under a small car, which does not even have great height, and that car can continue to drive between 40 to 60 kilometers per hour for 14 kilometers? Right? Is it possible? Can you hear me, Charu? Is it possible, Mamta?
It's not.
Do we believe it?
It's not possible.
This fantastic story is being told to all of us. My worry is here.
Impossible.
No, but Abhishek, this is the story which is being put in the FIR. Which means whose version is being put in the FIR is the version of the accused.
The parallel is to Salman Khan. This is the Salman Khan case all over again. They invoked negligence first, then they did rash driving, then belatedly it became culpable homicide not amounting to murder, and that guy is still free today and he's got away scot-free. That's exactly what's going to happen to the accused here. This is our police. You know, our police are very capable. Our police are very competent. Only when they're under political pressure do our police not do their job. I refuse to believe that a police officer, having seen this CCTV footage, will just register a case of rash driving and negligence. The police are competent. It's the politicians who don't let the police do their job in this country. That is the malaise of our criminal justice system. And now we have Charu Pragya saying, don't take political pot shots. Can you imagine if Manoj Mittal was a member of the opposition, one of the parties in Delhi like AAP? I mean, would they not have taken political pot shots?
Yes, I can imagine. No, can I please come in? I refuse to hear this.
You have no leg to stand on.
To hear this.
Charu, you have no leg to stand on. I think it's better you stay quiet in this debate. I think it's better you stay quiet.
Please, I don't need to stay quiet because you cannot question what I stand for. The fact is that this is not a political party which is shielding a minister which is behind bars since 6 months. This is not a political party which is standing in front of
You're comparing Satyendra Jain to this fellow.
Absolutely.
You're comparing Satyendra Jain to somebody who has murdered a girl and dragged her body for 13 kilometers.
Abhishek, I don't like to scream, but let me make it very clear that political parties have stood by and supported criminals, and you have sided with them.
And you're comparing it to money laundering, is it? You're comparing it to money laundering.
No, the question is, why was the family involved?
Have you no shame?
Okay, let's be specific. Please listen here. The question is, one minute. Why declare it? No, elementary question here. Elementary question.
Was this girl sexually assaulted?
Elementary question. When there was no post-mortem done, Mamta Kale, my words being very specific, and Yashovardhan Azad can tell me, when there was no post-mortem done, Mamta, the police declares they know what happened. There is no post-mortem done, ladies and gentlemen, but the police has declared it to be just a fatal accident. How do they know it's an accident when there's no post-mortem done? As of last night? The post-mortem is done today was in an attempt to underplay the crime. The report is not out right now. The post-mortem is done today. Report will come tomorrow. But the police has already done an investigation and concluded this is the Parambir Singh School of Investigation. Yeah. I'm sorry, but this is ridiculous. And the police sometimes thinks that the media doesn't ask questions. I know they don't ask questions. I know most of the media doesn't. But what is this? This is ridiculous. How can foul play be ruled out with 100% certainty, Mamta Kale?
Yeah, good evening, Orna. First of all, a heinous, spine-chilling crime took place yesterday in National Capital, which has shaken up the entire country. And as far as I am concerned, it looks, completely a cold-blooded murder to me. And I want and I demand strict punishment to be awarded to all 5 of them. Life imprisonment or hang them. Because this cannot happen. This cannot be taken. And as far as rest of the things are concerned, I am with the family and
but
obviously demand justice.
I am. See, the point being, Mamta and Charu, you need to hear me on this. Yesterday, they say, the police says the body was dragged for a few kilometers. Some 4 or 5 is the story they planted in the media. Now they are saying the body was dragged for 13 kilometers. There is no post-mortem, but the declaration of the nature of the accident is put out by none other than the Deputy Commissioner of Police of the Outer District. And after which he says the post-mortem will be conducted through a board of doctors. Why do you need a post-mortem, Charu? If they have already decided what happened? Don't you find it fishy? And
yes,
then one of the
absolutely.
accused is a BJP leader? No, I'm not going to let go, Charu.
No, you should not, Arnab, and nobody should let go. And least of all, the police officers which were found to be lax. Can you stop speaking over me? Because I really don't understand why everybody needs to speak together. I'm trying to make some sense here.
What about Kuldeep Sengar?
Can you
please
stop speaking over me? This is not. Oh, really? And what are the parties that you are supporting?
So I'm not interested in listening to your spin.
What are the parties that you are supporting?
I'm not interested in listening to your spin. I'm not interested in listening to you deflect. Answer the question. Are you going to expel this Manoj Mittal? Are you going to expel this Manoj Mittal? Are you at least going to do that? There is a hoarding of this Manoj Mittal.
The point
There is a
being,
hoarding of Manoj Mittal with Modi and Shah.
the point being, the point being, at some point of time, Yashovardhan Azad is the... No. You see, I'll tell you one thing. You are not... You see, the media must start applying its mind. Let me...
does not lower faders. Republic does not lower faders. Other channels do.
No, everybody's fader is on, including
Republic
mine.
lets everybody speak.
But what I'm saying is...
I know.
Speak,
yes.
This is...
Shout and derail, no.
About some other channel.
See, one second.
Be disrespectful, absolutely no.
Charu, 1 minute. I am just saying here, there is CCTV footage of the victim driving her scooty and of the victim being dragged. But there is no footage of the actual accident, quote unquote, if it ever happened, Yashovardhan Azad. So I don't know where the conclusion of an accident comes from.
No, there's a very important question you had asked earlier. What kind of information does the police have when they record the FIR? Do they do some preliminary inquiry or not? And I told you that whatever they get immediately at that particular point, that is the first information report. Now, you're right that if you had only little bit of information on the basis of which you say that we registered an accident, then how would you make a preliminary remark that the death was only caused by an accident without any post-mortem report? Because mind you, the victims' families were also raising issues like sexual assault. So it's in a sensitive matter like this, the police should maintain a stand that we are investigating the matter, and with the gravity of crime, which was obvious at that time, that the woman has been dragged for about 12 to 16 kilometers, there was a good case immediately that they would not get bail immediately, and a case of culpable homicide not amounting to murder be registered. In that respect, this minimization of offence, which took place right in the beginning, is a cause for serious investigation, which I hope the special commission
the most important thing out here, and Yogita joins us now, Bhayana as well. And the fact is this, Charu, now some uncomfortable facts I will have to confront you with. There is a BJP leader. His name is Manoj Mittal. Your party, the BJP, has made him co-coordinator of the BJP in a ward in Mangolpuri in Delhi. The BJP leader, Manoj Mittal, is sitting in the front passenger seat of this vehicle. Hence, he is not in a situation where he can say, I did not see the accident happening. Therefore, there is proof that a BJP leader was witness to the accident, party to the accident, which I don't believe is an accident, witness to the killing, party to the killing, and party to the cover-up. Okay? Now, please understand, as per the FIR, and Yogita will be in a direct debate right now with Charu, Deepak has told the police he was driving the car and the BJP leader Manoj Mittal was sitting in the front passenger seat. In the back, Mithun was sitting in the middle with Kishan on his right hand side and Amit to his left. Two of them, Amit and Deepak, have already told a third person whose car it was that they were drunk, they had a drink. But the police say we don't have the medical report. They claim they were coming back from a party in Murthal. Two of them were drunk. The BJP leader, who I don't know whether he was drunk or not, was sitting in the front passenger seat. Right? The girl is killed, dragged apparently for 14 kilometers. Her body is found mangled and dragged under the car without any clothes on. And the police wants the whole country to believe this was an accident. Charu, listen to this. And please understand, if I open the phone lines tonight, you will feel as much anger in this country as there was during Nirbhaya. Do you want to feel the anger? Then I will open the calls. Do you want to feel the anger among the people? Then I will open the calls. I would like to see even if any BJP supporters support you on this. Yogita wants to say something to you.
Nobody under the sun can defend this act of
nobody's.
Let
me hear
Yogita first. Anybody who's defending should be also booked. I think I really find it amusing that even after looking at the pictures, the kind of brutality this girl has gone through, and it is not only what they are trying to portray it as an accident. It is a whole nexus. You will get to know, and we really need CBI inquiry on this case because this girl was chased from the venue itself. it was a pre-planned thing. They were trying to molest her. Maybe they molested her not. That we will see in the investigation. But you can see the state of the body. Anybody looks at the picture, the kind of brutal act of atrocity they have done on this girl, cannot deny that there was no chances of sexual assault. Why they did not book them for sexual assault first, and then the postmortem, whatever it says, that should have been added in the charge sheet. But why are they trying to portray it as an accident? There is much more to it. When we get into the detail, they will get to know. And how many such cases would have been going without notice if there is no public pressure, no media attention, and thanks to you for raising it. Otherwise, this will go unattended. Like from the similar patch, from the similar area, we have attended so many cases of rapes and murders.
But
I am going on record and saying rapes and murders from the same area.
Here it's about a cover-up of this young girl who at the age of 20 was the sole breadwinner of her family. And I want to know, Charu, do you ever think the family was not even told? The police knew. They had covered everything up, protected the politician. This is how I look at it. Yashovardhan Azad raises his hand. The police had done the full cover-up. The accused had returned to their homes, put up this stupid theory about an accident. The police was, after that, Yashovardhan Azad busy planting to the media and the media was stupidly buying it, that this was some accident. And after all of this was quote-unquote sorted out, Yogita, then they informed the family at 8 o'clock in the morning.
There's one very important point which Yogita has raised.
The body of the girl.
She was being chased from the venue itself. I think this is the part of inquiry which must be looked into.
Louder, please.
Then crime becomes really very, very grave.
Charu, answer me.
Yeah, I'm
How
trying
were
to
there no
speak,
cops? You kept saying during the Congress time, you kept saying Congress has not done anything, UPA has not done anything. There was not one patrol van. There are apparently 1,200 mobile patrolling vehicles, 2,074 patrol motorbikes passed between Sultanpuri and Kanjhawala in the early hours of 1st January. Not one of them were active. The car passes through 2 police jurisdictions in the national capital region, a stretch of 13 kilometers. Sultanpuri and Kanjhawala, where was the police? 114 teams apparently deployed. Where was the police? Why did the police not chase down this car? There were calls on 112. Answer me. There were calls on 112, 2 witness sightings. Answer me. No responses.
And nobody is defending any of this. Nobody is defending any of this.
And one of them is a BJP
Who is
leader.
defending it? That BJP leader you keep mentioning is behind bars as we speak. You are aware of that. In fact, the sections have been made stricter. He's not being defending.
Charuji, they are behind bars for accident.
You are not defending
They are
them
behind bars for accident.
But we are asking for heads to roll. Who are those who were supposed to be manning this area? Why aren't they sacked already?
Why
they are behind bars for
why would the LG ask the laxity should be addressed and heads should roll? Why would the police commissioner
why aren't they rolling already?
those officers?
If not for Republic, Arnab, I say this with responsibility, the media had bought it. The media had bought this bogus story of the police.
They are behind bars.
They had bought this story of accident and negligence. Today, if not for this media, if not for Republic, this would have gone unchecked. Charu, it's high time you addressed it.
You see, the problem is many people in the... No. I am actually shocked here at the media as well. The media, many of them seem to be on their New Year break still. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The way I'm really sorry to have to say this about people in my quote-unquote profession, that it's ridiculous. The way they are dealing with it is such a mechanical way. I refuse to believe this is the same media that raised their voice during Nirbhaya. It is ridiculous. You are not questioning the police. What is the police saying here? The police is saying, Kapil and Abhishek, the police is saying, oh, these people did not notice that the body was under their car because the poor people were hearing loud music. Whereas one of the eyewitnesses has told Republic that no music was being played in the car. I mean, this is a level of stupidity even in terms of a cover-up. And this story has been actually reported, Abhishek. Some people in the media have been reporting this story.
We didn't notice anybody died because we were playing.
You have the courage to take on the ruling dispensation.
Anna, this is an extremely sad state
You
of
have the
affairs.
courage to take on the ruling dispensation, and I applaud that. In 10 minutes, you will do a debate on demonetization where you will take the side of the ruling dispensation. That's okay. That's okay. It's okay if you praise the government, but at least you're holding the government accountable. I applaud you for that. You're asking tough questions of the BJP spokesperson. This is not moral responsibility. This is a case of actual criminal responsibility. The LG says he holds his head in shame. The LG, if he has a spine, should resign. The LG should resign. If not, he should be removed from his post. You don't give control of the Delhi police to anyone else. Then get the Delhi police in order.
You are not asking for the resignation for the men and officers of the police force. You go straight to the LG. Can you give me a reason for that?
Sorry?
That's your political pot
Why
shot.
go after the policemen?
That's your political
You politicians
pot shot.
are putting pressure on the police.
No, that's
you are the
your political pot shot, and you should be ashamed.
You politicians
Even the rape and
don't
murder
let the
of a
police
young
do
girl
their
is
job.
not enough to
You
throw
don't let
some
the police
sense
do
into
their
your
job.
heads. All you can do
Are
is
you
shout
going to
on
let the police
television,
do their
not
job?
do
Answer the
anything
question.
constructive
Or are you
ever.
going to
Abhishek, get your sense
Manoj
of
Mittal off,
proportion,
please?
please.
Extremely
You have not
saying
even
the
said Manoj
LG
Mittal.
was influencing the
Charu,
police.
you have not even said Manoj
At a time
Mittal.
like this, at a critical
Say
time.
his name.
At a critical time.
Charu, say his name.
You are
say
doing
his
this.
name. Manoj Mittal. Will Manoj Mittal be expelled? Will Manoj Mittal be expelled? Can you answer this question?
He's going to be
Will Manoj
behind
Mittal be
bars
expelled
serving
from
for
BJP?
life. He's going to be serving for life or be hanged.
When?
That's what I'm saying.
So you know, when is he
What
going
do
to
you
be
mean
expelled?
expelled?
When is
no,
he going
please,
to be expelled?
1 minute.
What are you
Arnab, do you
waiting
notice
for?
this? With
What are you
all the
waiting for?
accountability that
What
you're
are you
trying to
waiting
fix
for?
here,
Why has
can
he
you
not been
not
expelled?
realize there are people
Why
on
have
your
you not
panel
expelled
who
him?
are only interested
What are
in
you
political
waiting
pot
for?
shots and not results?
What do you
They
want?
are not
What are you
concerned with the
waiting for?
culprits being punished.
we are concerned
They
here.
are not concerned with that.
I am extremely
He's only
concerned.
concerned with
I am extremely
LG
concerned.
resigning.
Please
Not
understand,
accountability
and you need to be concerned too, Charu, because Manoj Mittal of the BJP was having a party about his recent promotion and possibly was drunk. And this is a very straightforward case, Charu, as far as I am concerned. A politician gets so drunk with power that he kills a 20-year-old, possibly does worse, along with 5 other people, possibly drunk, and then uses his newfound political influence to try and cover things up. And you think that the media in this country is dead, that they will not ask you questions? You think the media in this country will not ask you questions with the same straightforwardness that we did in 2012? We will ask you. And I think it's a very relevant question. Why does the BJP first not sack or suspend this individual pending further investigation? We should not have to ask you this. Now, my further question to you is the following. My next question to you is this, Charu. I've done some research in this case. I will drop brakes. Because I will ask a couple of straightforward questions. The family alleges it is a case of sexual assault. What would you say to her mother? And there were PCR calls there were 112 calls that were made at 3:15, and there was no action till 5 a.m. What was the police doing? Covering up?
I think the call which was made to the person who answered the PCR call, that person needs to be held accountable. I also agree. I think sexual assault is definitely something that already happened. Rape possibly happened. Otherwise, the girl would not have been found in the state that she's been found. It was irresponsible to give
But then why did the
statements
police
without
call it an
postmortem
accident?
report. See, that's exactly what I'm saying, Arnab, and the police has to be held accountable for that. The problem here is, instead of holding accountability with the police, there are people who think a BJP spokesperson can be held
I am
accountable.
asking you, I am told that blood samples have been sent to the FSL now, but kindly tell me, after 24 hours, 36 hours, the blood would have left the system. Alcohol would have left the system. I don't understand what kind of a tardy investigation is going on. Yogita has a follow-up. Yogita.
Absolutely, Arnab. We need to somewhere start building up the accountability. If they are so serious and there is no cover-up, first of all, they should suspend the authority, especially the police officer who was not taking the calls, who was on duty, who was not patrolling, under which the whole police station comes or the area comes. And definitely there was complete cover-up. They did not take them for medical. Even if there is a small incident, the first thing is they are supposed to take them for medical. we understand there must be some political interference, that they did not put rape and murder before. They just put small, IPC sections which are also bailable.
Yeah, but
now after so
Yogita,
much of hue and cry, they have
that has
there is
been
a clear cut.
updated.
I completely, it's open and shut case. And I think through you, Arnav, I would request that there should be a detailed investigation. As I'm trying to tell you that it is more than that.
Yeah,
it is
we have as of now got 11 reporters, including 3-4 special investigation team reporters on the job. We'll get more by tomorrow. And the Delhi police knows that we will. I thank you all very much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. And on the other side, a huge victory for the Modi government, that too in the Supreme Court at the start of the first working day in the Supreme Court of the new year. All those people who said demonetization was wrong, was illegal, they've got a huge slap on their face, because the Supreme Court, in a 4-1 verdict, has almost praised demonetization, saying it was a very well thought out move. The implications of that and the politics of it when I'm back.
आग को फैलने से रोकना मुश्किल है, पर नामुमकिन नहीं। अब फायरवॉल टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम आग से बचाए।
11,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
आग को फैलने से रोकना मुश्किल है, पर नामुमकिन नहीं। अब फायरवॉल टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम आग से बचाए।
जैन समाज की तरफ से यह प्रदर्शन किया जा रहा है। समेत शिखर जी, जो जैन समाज का एक तीर्थ स्थल माना जाता है, उसको जब केंद्र सरकार और झारखंड सरकार ने पर्यटन स्थल घोषित कर दिया, उसके बाद से ये प्रोटेस्ट जो है वो हमें देश के तमाम अलग अलग हिस्सों में जो है वो देखने को मिल रहा है। यहाँ पर लगातार जो है दिल्ली पुलिस डिटेन करती हुई नजर आ रही है जैन समाज के लोगों को।
तो अभी मैं GK2 में खड़ा हूं और आप मेरे राइट साइड में देख सकती हैं, ये वही अंतरा केयर सेंटर है जहां पर सुबह में आग लगी है। लगभग 5 बजे का वो समय बताया जा रहा है। जो सेकंड फ्लोर है और थर्ड फ्लोर है, उन्हीं दोनों फ्लोर में आग सबसे ज़्यादा इफेक्ट हुई। उसमें बताया जा रहा है कि 2 लोगों की झुलसने से मौत हो गई है और साथ ही 6 लोगों को रेस्क्यू कर लिया गया है।
यही वो बलोनो गाड़ी है जिससे ये एक्सीडेंट यहाँ पर हुआ है। सबसे बड़ी बात यही है कि आखिर में 20 साल की लड़की इस गाड़ी में फंसती है और उन लड़कों को नहीं पता चलता। जो स्टेटमेंट उनकी ओर से लगातार ये दिया जा रहा है कि उनको इस बात की जानकारी नहीं कि वो लड़की इस गाड़ी में जो है वो फंसी हुई थी, कि स्कूटी का ये जो आगे का हिस्सा है, आगे का हिस्सा वो पूरी तरीके से खत्म हो चुका है।
जैन समाज की तरफ से यह प्रदर्शन किया जा रहा है। समेत शिखर जी, जो जैन समाज का एक तीर्थ स्थल माना जाता है, उसको जब केंद्र सरकार और झारखंड सरकार ने पर्यटन स्थल घोषित कर दिया, उसके बाद से ये प्रोटेस्ट जो है वो हमें देश के तमाम अलग अलग हिस्सों में जो है वो देखने को मिल रहा है। यहाँ पर लगातार जो है दिल्ली पुलिस डिटेन करती हुई नजर आ रही है जैन समाज के लोगों को।
तो अभी मैं GK2 में खड़ा हूं और आप मेरे राइट साइड में देख सकती हैं, ये वही अंतरा केयर सेंटर है जहां पर सुबह में आग लगी है। लगभग 5 बजे का वो समय बताया जा रहा है। जो सेकंड फ्लोर है और थर्ड फ्लोर है, उन्हीं दोनों फ्लोर में आग सबसे ज़्यादा इफेक्ट हुई। उसमें बताया जा रहा है कि 2 लोगों की झुलसने से मौत हो गई है और साथ ही 6 लोगों को रेस्क्यू कर लिया गया है।
यही वो बलोनो गाड़ी है जिससे ये एक्सीडेंट यहाँ पर हुआ है। सबसे बड़ी बात यही है कि आखिर में 20 साल की लड़की इस गाड़ी में फंसती है और उन लड़कों को नहीं पता चलता। जो स्टेटमेंट उनकी ओर से लगातार ये दिया जा रहा है कि उनको इस बात की जानकारी नहीं कि वो लड़की इस गाड़ी में जो है वो फंसी हुई थी, कि स्कूटी का ये जो आगे का हिस्सा है, आगे का हिस्सा वो पूरी तरीके से खत्म हो चुका है।
जैन समाज की तरफ से यह प्रदर्शन किया जा रहा है। समेत शिखर जी, जो जैन समाज का एक तीर्थ स्थल माना जाता है, उसको जब केंद्र सरकार और झारखंड सरकार ने पर्यटन स्थल घोषित कर दिया, उसके बाद से ये प्रोटेस्ट जो है वो हमें देश के तमाम अलग अलग हिस्सों में जो है वो देखने को मिल रहा है। यहाँ पर लगातार जो है दिल्ली पुलिस
notification dated 8 November 2016 satisfies the test of proportionality and as such cannot be struck down on the said ground.
It's the biggest blow to the lobby this year. The anti-demonetization lobby that came attacking the Modi government is exposed. Big debate, 10 p.m.
आग को फैलने से रोकना मुश्किल है पर नामुमकिन नहीं। अब फायरवॉल टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम आग से बचाए।
11,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
आग को फैलने से रोकना मुश्किल है पर नामुमकिन नहीं। अब फायरवॉल टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम आग से बचाए।
तो अभी मैं GK2 में खड़ा हूं और आप मेरे राइट साइड में देख सकती हैं, ये वही अंतरा केयर सेंटर है जहां पर सुबह में आग लगी है। लगभग 5 बजे का वो समय बताया जा रहा है। जो सेकंड फ्लोर है और थर्ड फ्लोर है, उन्हीं दोनों फ्लोर में आग सबसे ज़्यादा इफेक्ट हुई। उसमें बताया जा रहा है कि 2 लोगों की झुलसने से मौत हो गई है और साथ ही 6 लोगों को रेस्क्यू कर लिया गया है।
यही वो बलोनो गाड़ी है जिससे ये एक्सीडेंट यहाँ पर हुआ है। सबसे बड़ी बात यही है कि आखिर में 20 साल की लड़की इस गाड़ी में फंसती है और उन लड़कों को नहीं पता चलता। जो स्टेटमेंट उनकी ओर से लगातार ये दिया जा रहा है कि उनको इस बात की जानकारी नहीं कि वो लड़की इस गाड़ी में जो है वो फंसी हुई थी, कि स्कूटी का ये जो आगे का हिस्सा है, आगे का हिस्सा वो पूरी तरीके से खत्म हो चुका है।
जैन समाज की तरफ से यह प्रदर्शन किया जा रहा है। समेश शिखर जी जो जैन समाज का एक तीर्थ स्थल माना जाता है, उसको जब केंद्र सरकार और झारखंड सरकार ने पर्यटन स्थल घोषित कर दिया, उसके बाद से ये प्रोटेस्ट जो है वो हमें देश के तमाम अलग अलग हिस्सों में जो है वो देखने को मिल रहा है। यहाँ पर लगातार जो है दिल्ली पुलिस डिटेन करती हुई नजर आ रही है जैन समाज के लोगों को।
तो अभी मैं GK2 में खड़ा हूं और आप मेरे
From the Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Arnab Goswami on the debate at 10, powered by Century Pro Wood.
The 2002 Gujarat riots, the Judge Loya case, Pegasus, Rafale, the PM Cares Fund, the Central Vista case, Shaheen Bagh, the EWS quota, farmers' protests. Ladies and gentlemen, these are all the many cases where the lobby was shown its place, where it was proven that the lobby lied by and in the Supreme Court. But this new year, the lobby has received its biggest jolt. The longest standing lie, L-I-E, of the lobby has been crushed by not a political party, not the media, but by the Supreme Court of India. India's highest court has taken note of the quote-unquote well-intentioned and quote-unquote well-thought-of demonetization notification of 2016. It has upheld the legal validity of it and much more. Tonight it is game over for the lobby. Let's debate.
8 नवंबर 2016 की रात्रि को 12 बजे से वर्तमान में जारी 500 रुपए और 1000 रुपए के करेंसी नोट लीगल टेंडर नहीं रहेंगे.
This announcement for the past 6 years, 1 month and 25 days has been dubbed the beacon of illegality by Brigade.
Demonetization is illegal, and we've been making this point repeatedly. In my respectful submission, you cannot do it without legislation.
It was painted as an act that bypassed the RBI.
The Prime Minister bypassed the Reserve Bank and carried out disastrous demonetization, wiped out 2% of our GDP. And these are just ad hoc decisions that the man takes. I think instead of calling it the Prime Minister's office, it should be called the Publicity Minister's office.
वाकई भ्रष्टाचार के खिलाफ होता अगर आपका ये कदम वाकई काला धन को खत्म करने के लिए होता, सबसे आगे आपको अरविंद केजरीवाल और आम आदमी पार्टी नजर आते इसके लिए.
सब्जी बाजार में नहीं आएगा तो क्या डायमंड खाएगा, ना क्या एटीएम खाएगा, क्या खाएगा लोगों ने?
A democratic act was deemed dictatorial.
ये एक बार नहीं, हमने बहुत बार बोला है कि वो पुतिन जैसा करता है बोल के, हुकुम शाह है बोलते हैं ना. वो देखिए मंत्री परिषद में किसका सुनता है क्या, खुद अपना ही करता है.
And some moved court over the matter.
Every rupee that has been demonetized has come back to the Reserve Bank, which means everything has become white now. Unaccounted money has become accounted money thanks to demonetization. Therefore, the objective of wiping out black money has failed totally.
Now the entire Supreme Court's 41382-page verdict has crumbled the lies of the lobby.
The MP notification dated 8 November 2016 satisfies the test of proportionality and as such cannot be struck down on the said ground. The action was designated for a proper purpose. We find that the three purposes are proper purposes. Then whether there was a reasonable nexus of the measure with the purpose sought to be achieved, and we have held that there was a reasonable nexus. Then, insofar as the third test with regard to alternate measures is concerned, there cannot be any alternate measures for the action which is thought to be done by demonetization.
The Supreme Court, by a majority of 4:1, upheld the Modi government's November 2016 decision to demonetize. They said it does not suffer from any flaws in the decision-making process and satisfied the proportionality test. As such, therefore, it cannot be struck down.
The court has, in clear terms, praised demonetization as a well-intentioned proposal.
The Supreme Court today, by a majority judgment of 4-1, has dismissed all the 58 writ petitions challenging the constitutional validity of the historic demonetization scheme launched in 2016 by the Narendra Modi government.
Tonight, the new year begins for the lobby with the biggest reality check yet. Let's debate.
You know, Lokesh Jindal, I feel so sorry for you. For you are condemned by your own choice to be always on the wrong side. People ask me, are you my favorite whipping boy? I say, I have none. I whip the falsehoods, I whip the lies. You happen to be the flag bearer of the lies. That is both your action as well as a consequence of your own decision.
Give me an opportunity to reply back.
I will. Don't worry. Tuhin Sinha, M.R. Venkatesh, Rajat Sethi, Pratik Som, and Dr. M. Satya Kumar, lawyer and economist, on one side tonight. And I've decided not to have a third debate because this matter needs to be looked at in detail, you see. Because we are here to expose liars. Tanveer Ahmed, Revola Sridhar Reddy, Dr. C.P. Rai and Anirban Banerjee on the other side tonight. Now, there is a man who has been doing a walkathon and having this senseless conversation in a senseless form with the 53-year-old adolescent, and that person's name is Raghuram Rajan. Now, why I have taken his name on top today, MR, is because Raghuram Rajan
says he's an economist but talks like a diplomat. He said, at no point during my term was the RBI asked to take a decision on demonetization. First of all, he should wake up and realize he's never been the Prime Minister or will be the Prime Minister of India. It's the Prime Minister of India and the Finance Minister who take decisions. But he was dodging the fact. Before the Supreme Court today, MR, the Supreme Court has observed from records that the government consulted the RBI for 6 months before demonetization. Which means as far back as in April 2016, when Rajouri was the RBI governor, the process of consultation between the government and the RBI had started. So my first question is, has this therefore been proven that Rajouri was lying, MR? We are first opening the debate there.
Arnav, Raghuram Rajan is a serial liar and he lies on pandemic scales. And unfortunately, fair men without moustache with a foreign degree are usually the poster boys of Latian's media. Unfortunately, this gentleman has proven himself as a wannabe Manmohan Singh. And unfortunately, Manmohan Singh is not my favorite, but I even assuming for a moment that he is, Manmohan Singh, Raghuram Rajan will be 1/10 of Manmohan Singh. And this is the choice that Rahul Gandhi has made to be his walkathon partner. Now, this liar has hidden the most important fact that the government has consulted him for over 6 months.
Yeah.
And he did not
Section
protest or his
26
protests
clause 2
were
of
not.
the RBI Act. Is the central body supposed
don't
to
disturb.
recommend
Don't
the government or the government is supposed to recommend the
1 minute.
body?
No, either way, please understand. No.
Please read
RBI Act will not have that power. No.
On the recommendation of the central board,
please see.
the central government may,
no,
by
it will not be.
notification in the Gazette of India, declare.
Sir,
if the government wants to act,
there must be
the entry 36 of the union list.
No.
At that point of time,
if you allow me to
do
speak,
that
I will
by a
speak.
legislative bill. Or it has to introduce an ordinance as was done prior to 2 times. So you please don't try to prove.
So the Supreme Court is wrong. According to Supreme Court, did not understand this.
Just because
I am now challenging you, sir. Mr. Jindal, if you are having the courage, tell it on the screen right now that Supreme Court was wrong and it was biased. You please tell me. No, then go and fly kites. Go and fly kites. Supreme Court's decision stands. Supreme Court's decision stands. It is a 4-1 majority, and that is the law of the land. If you don't understand the law of the land as interpreted by Supreme Court, I am sorry that you don't understand any damn thing.
Any amendment to the RBI Act?
Sir, what is the Supreme Court telling you? Did the Supreme Court not? Did the Supreme Court not tell you had your own Kapil Sibal, your own had Manish Tiwari go there and argue? Why did they not argue this? Why did they not argue this? They argued all these things. They argued all these things and they failed. And they failed with.
But the government.
No, I think the important thing here is. I think what has happened, viewers, is that maybe
till the cows come home.
No. Maybe these parties, Tuhin Sinha is on the debate right now. I'd like to bring in Tuhin of the BJP along with Rajat Sethi and Pratik Som and Satya Kumar all come into the debate right now with Tanveer Ahmed, because Lokesh is not being able to hold his own today, Tanveer, and Revala Sridhar Reddy and CP Rai. See, 6 years, 1 month, 25 days, 17 hours, 26 minutes, you lied. Now the matter comes before the Supreme Court. Supreme Court has effectively said that you have lied. You said demonetization is illegal, demonetization is unlawful. The Supreme Court says the process of demonetization does not suffer from a single law in the decision-making process. So apologize now. Have some shame. You said demonetization violates constitutional rights. You said, no, before you raise your finger, you said demonetization
is a monumental failure and that fact remains.
See.
Yes, Article 14, Article 19, they all were violated because of the demonetization.
Can I just come in for a minute?
Okay. No, 1 minute. First of all, yes, Tuhin. The moot point right now, Tuhin, as I bring in you into the debate is, was demonetization
a violation of the constitution. They can't change the narrative now. Tanveer on the right, along with Mr. Sridhar Reddy. The question is, was demonetization unconstitutional and illegal?
That demonetization was unconstitutional or unlawful.
I have heard the opposition
Never
grouse
we said it was
throughout the day.
unconstitutional or unlawful.
I have heard the opposition grouse throughout the day. Their main problem seems to be, Arnab,
the way it was implemented,
Arnab, the main grouse, the main problem of the opposition seems to be, the main problem, the main grouse of the opposition seems to be, why didn't you inform the country before demonetization?
It was a question directed at me.
Increasingly, it seems the main grouse of the opposition was, why didn't you inform the country? Please note, it was not a wedding invitation. It was an unprecedented attack on black money that had to be done with certain amount of secrecy. But who are the people who will have problem with black money and hawala money? The same people who have been involved with cash for vote scam in 2008. The same people who have been involved with JMM bribery case in 1993, the same people who have been involved in Rahul Gandhi, who's out on bail in a case which clearly involves hawala money. So these are the people who had problems with it. They wanted the country to be informed before that. How can you inform the country when the attack on black money had to have a certain element of secrecy?
Okay, two in one minute. Tanveer, look here. What are we dealing with here? Tanveer, listen to me. Tanveer, tell me one thing, just in confidence. Just pretend nobody is watching this. Pretend you and I are having just a quiet conversation. This is not on record. Just pretend. JDS lost cash. You lost some cash. You lost some cash. You lost some cash at that time. You have some cash. You had some cash. What did you do with the cash? Tell me. No, what happened to the cash?
Let me address
No.
Answer.
You can
lost 100
you
people
lost some
who
cash?
lost their lives, they lost it.
No,
50 lakh people lost their jobs, they lost it. Farmers lost $5.5 billion because of that agricultural produce that year, they lost it. It is not me or you who's important enough. The common man, the flour seller, the vegetable vendor, they lost their lives. Who is responsible for 100 people losing their lives? Who is responsible for 50 lakh people losing their jobs?
Tanveer.
The unorganized sector totally demolished.
Tanveer.
We are not talking about the legitimacy of the government, whether they had right or not.
Tanveer, you have come unprepared to the program, and I'd like you to look at I would like you to look at para 272 of the judgment of the Supreme Court, where the Supreme Court has noted that there are reasonable limitations on the constitutional right guaranteed under Article 300A of the Constitution where there is a proper purpose. And the court further says that the proper purpose here is the elimination of fake currency. Maybe you had fake currency. The proper purpose is the elimination of black money. Maybe your party leaders had black money. Maybe your party leaders had black money.
Where is the black money?
How much black money did your party leaders have? How much black money did your party leaders have? How much did you lose?
They are a very poor party. The richest party in the world. The richest party in the world is BJP today. Is it not the fact that the richest party in the world is BJP?
But the Supreme Court says that the Modi government had every reason to carry out demonetization. Are you questioning the Supreme Court? Okay, we have Rajat on the debate.
Karnataka, please donate us.
No.
I think, Tanveer ji, you're missing the point of this discussion. Tanveer ji, you rightly said that your party at least, or at least you individually, did not have issues with the legality or the constitutionality of it. But look at the Congress leaders back then. Every single one of them said that the due processes were not followed. The entire process is unconstitutional and it should be challenged before the Supreme Court. We are specifically talking about that as an agenda. The Supreme Court has gone through the deliberations that the RBI and the government had, and I'm really surprised that luminaries, so-called luminaries like Raghuram Rajan and P. Chidambaram and all of these erstwhile elites, they were lying on the face of the media and cameras throughout the face of demonetization, just to deliberately create confusion among the minds of people who were anyway struggling to meet the objectives of the demonetization as the country was going through this massive movement. I really, the point that you said, Arnab, is the most important thing, that why did some of these so-called responsible leaders of our country on the opposition were blatantly lying?
No, see, because I'll tell you, but the question also is, Rajat, the question is, and Dr. M. Satya Kumar wants to come into the debate. I bring him in, along with Pratik Som on the left, and I shall like to have Mr. C.P. Rai and Anirban on the right. The question is this, and I want to tell especially the young people in this country today, my dear friends, a lie repeated 1,000 times sometimes becomes the truth. Were you not told that demonetization was illegal? Were you not told it is unconstitutional? Did those people who told you it was illegal and unconstitutional, do they have the courage to come on television today and talk? Where is Rahul Gandhi? Where are these people today? Why are they not talking about it? But the fact is, perhaps you fell hook, line and sinker for that argument. Now, I am sure that you believe in the Supreme Court of this country.
Given a dissenting order.
Mr. Tanvi forgot that the decision taken by the Honorable Prime Minister is lawful, and he had a consultation with the Reserve Bank of India. He had a consultation for almost 6 months.
Tanveer on the right.
And Section 26, Subsection 2 of the RBI Act clearly provides for the power, and the interpretation that was done by the Supreme Court is on two matters. One is the any, also includes all, and it's also about the delegated power, which is upheld by the Supreme Court. So the Honorable Prime Minister, when he took this decision, knew very well that we lost money in demonetization. It is accusing the Prime Minister.
We are not questioning the legality of it.
Here, when the act is passed,
we are not questioning the legality of it.
Section 26 of Section 2 is there.
Was it implemented
How can it be
properly?
unconstitutional?
How did 100 people lose their lives?
How did the reason that the Supreme Court has upheld this
the black money came back into the account?
is because
99.7%. 99.7% for 0.3% of money we had to really do such a big exercise. Why was a front page ad of Paytm very next day? Why was the ad of Paytm on the very next day?
Because of demonetization, today we have digital penetration and almost 10 crore people are filing their tax returns.
Lokesh, let me explain to people what's going on. Let me explain to people what's going on. Viewers, Satya, I'll take 30 seconds. Viewers, there are two versions of India which is emerging. Version 1 of India, the one in which many of you may have grown up in the 90s. 1 minute, please. Tanvi, don't give me background music. I'm saying something important. MR is also on the debate. Version 1 in this country, where there are the vast majority of people in this country who do not even have a telephone, who do not have a gas connection, right? But it is a country where politicians have a lot of cash, where Congress politicians have cash found in big boxes under their beds like Sukhram, okay, who are very sukhi. It's a cash-rich situation. Version 2 of India is where even when you go out to buy potatoes and onions, and I know that you don't go to a vegetable market, I go, but when I go to the vegetable market and I buy 1 kilo of tomatoes, I sometimes am told by the person selling the tomatoes in a cart that can you please pay me through a UPI? My question is, today it has become a cashless economy, a more transparent economy. You are a bunch of frustrated people because you lied and you have been caught. Now Satya is absolutely correct. Now Satya is absolutely correct. Satya is absolutely correct.
10 crore people have filed tax return.
In 2016, the cash in circulation was
Tanvi would have filed the tax return in the current
year. And right now, the cash in circulation is above 22 lakh crore. Where is the black money? What is the account for the black money? Why is it that the cash in circulation has increased by twice?
Who's told you
so
that?
So black money has increased by twice.
No, 1 minute. Just 1 minute. 1 minute. First, let's not try to dodge the question that Satya raised. Satya has put an intellectual challenge. He has said that for the last 6 years you went ahead and said the government does not have the right to use Section 26 of the Reserve Bank of India Act to initiate policy changes. Okay? And viewers, you bought that. You accepted that. And you remember, viewers, I had quit at that point of time. I had quit from Times Now. I was told not to anchor at that time, but I came back to anchor
on the day of demonetization because I could not hold myself back. That was the most brilliant move of the Modi government. 1 minute, yeah, 1 minute, 1 minute. It was the most brilliant move of the Modi government, and today it is either you are right or I am right. Satya is right. I am siding with Satya. Satya says you are lying, you are a bunch of liars.
I was live and I supported demonetization.
Arey, relax, yeah. Do you tell me one thing, Tanveer?
The way it was implemented, why did 100 people lose their life?
Tanveer,
why
1 minute.
Did 50 lakh people lose their jobs?
Tanveer, today, in many...
No, 1 minute.
No,
1 minute. Satya, 1 minute. Let me... Satya, let me... This is Tanveer, what has the Supreme Court said about Section 26(2) of the RBI Act? Come to the facts, no? Why are you trying to debate, run away? If you're not prepared, say, oh, no, I'm not prepared. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I just have to oppose Modi. I don't like Modi.
It doesn't even know the interpretation, Arnab.
He doesn't even know. There's location of...
He doesn't know what is the meaning of any...
Location is Googling. MRC is Googling. He's Googling. The fellow is Googling right now.
I'm not a legal luminary. I'm not a legal luminary.
Stop showing me your Google search. Put it down. Put down your Google search. Put down your Google search, Lokesh.
What did honorable judges say?
Ridiculous. Unprepared on a debate with me.
The central government may by notification in the Gazette of India.
Oh God.
So basically it is the central board of the RBI which is supposed to recommend if at all there was to be a demonetization to come into effect. So over here, although the court has been lenient with respect to the central government recommending the central board, however, everybody knows that the bare act, it meant that the central
Jindal, it is
board
a
of the
delegated
RBI
power.
is the one who is supposed to recommend the central government and not the other way around. Please read the observation made by
it has passed through the test of proportionality. Please understand that. Tanveer, and you should understand. It has passed through the test of proportionality.
That pertains
you don't understand the concept of doctrine of proportionality.
I'm talking about the due process that had been followed by the central government.
It is the due process of the law that the Honorable Prime Minister has followed.
That the central government,
do you think the Honorable Prime Minister would not have consulted the legal experts? Reserve Bank of India is a legal expert.
You are not a legal expert. You are not a legal expert. You are not above the law that has been codified.
You lied.
You are not a legal
expert. The Supreme Court has
and codified and question the law that has been codified. What do you know? You are a lawyer. You don't know the law. You don't know what has been codified.
No. Moot point is you lied and Republic is proving you lied. I ask you. You see, please, how frustrated you are today, you know, how frustrated you are looking. I like the new India where I pay for tomatoes on UPI. You like the old India with Sukhram and God knows how many people, Pratik Som, had crores of rupees under their pillows. Shame on you, old India. Shame on you, old India. Shame on you, old India. Voice down. We believe in the new India. Pratik Som is on the debate. Pratik and CP Rai. CP Rai ji कुछ अच्छा होता है तो उसको एक्सेप्ट करने की जरूरत होती है. इस तरह नकारात्मक सोच बंद किया जाना चाहिए. आज इसीलिए आपके जितने ऑपोजिशन के जितने लोग हैं उनकी कोई स्टैंडिंग नहीं है. सीपी राय और प्रतीक सोम, सीपी राय और प्रतीक सोम डिबेट.
Arnab, today's Supreme Court judgment has put to rest the legality and the constitutional part of the demonetization. Now, when we are debating, we must know that every government decision caused some discomfort to some people, and even Supreme Court today said that every noble cause has its own martyrs, but the greater cause for the nation is to be seen. Now, what is to be seen is that what has changed after 2016. I have jotted down some points before coming to this debate, that 238,000 shell firms have been caught and they have been blocked, they have been shut down. Black money law has been brought in. Informal sector component in economy has gone up. Terrorism is reduced. Terror funding is blocked. Stone pelting in Jammu and Kashmir, fake currency racket has been tackled efficiently. Now, India is the fastest growing fintech market in the world. The Jan Dhan deposits has gone up by 301%. That is, total deposits has gone up to 180.5 lakh crores. 102 crore debit and credit cards have been issued. Now, where this greater cause has gone, it has gone to the common man. Now the people on the debate who are saying कि किसी को कोई problem हो गया, लाइन में खड़ा हो गया, 5 लोगों का जान चला गया, they are not saying, they are not seeing the greater cause for which demonetization decision was taken, and even Supreme Court has appreciated this. And today in this historic judgment, they have noted that every noble cause has its own martyrs, and we must accept it with grace that our country has progressed after this decision was implemented.
CP Rai.
अर्नब, आप पहली बात तो नए साल की आप लोगों को सबको मुबारकबाद, आपके स्टाफ को, आपके सारे व्यूअर्स को।
जी,
बहुत दिन बाद हम लोग मिल रहे हैं। मेरी आदत आप जानते हो, मैं किसी के बीच में बोलता नहीं, और तू मैं और मछली बाजार की तरह बात करने की मेरी आदत नहीं है। इसलिए जो साथी मेरे सामने खड़े किए गए हैं, इनकी पूरी बात मैंने सुन ली, और मेरी बात पूरी सुनिएगा, बीच में टोकिएगा नहीं। आपने भाजपा का पूरा एजेंडा प्रचार पूरा सुना दिया, मैं किसी पार्टी में नहीं हूं। दोस्त, किसी सरकार के पास अगर बहुमत है तो वो आदमी को औरत और औरत को आदमी बनाने के अलावा कोई फैसला कर सकता है। और अगर सरकार के सारे फैसले सही है तो 1962 के पहले फौज पे पैसा खर्च करना है या लोगों के विकास पर और जिंदगी पर, यह भी सरकार का फैसला था। वो फोर्स कौन खरीदेगा, यह भी सरकार का फैसला था। इमरजेंसी लगाना भी भारत की पार्लियामेंट का फैसला था। अगर सरकार के फैसले सही होते हैं तो परिणाम किसका क्या है, उसके आफ्टर इफेक्ट क्या हुए, उससे चीजें तय होती हैं सरकारों की और नेताओं की, उससे तय किया जाता है। हिटलर को भी जब तक आत्महत्या करने की नौबत नहीं आई, जर्मनी के उसके सारे समर्थक ये कहते रहे जो ये कर रहा है सबसे अच्छा कर रहा है। जब मरने की नौबत आ गई तब सबने लोगों ने मारना शुरू कर दिया, हिटलर के लोगों को ही। वो होता है ऐसा। खैर, सरकार को अधिकार है फैसला लेने का। अगर आज सर्वोच्च न्यायालय ये निर्णय नहीं करता तो क्या करता? मान लीजिए वो निर्णय कर देता कि नहीं ये गलत है, तो क्या 500 के 1000 के नोट वापस आ जाते? क्या पुरानी स्थिति बहाल की जा सकती थी? और नहीं की जा सकती थी तो वो फैसला नल एंड वाइड होता। सुप्रीम कोर्ट इसके अलावा और कोई फैसला कर भी नहीं सकता था आज। और ये एक ऐसा भ्रष्टाचार कि 1000 का नोट आप बंद करते हो और 2000 नोट का चालू कर देते हो, और वो सारे 9000 रुपए के नोट आज बाजार से गायब हो गए। 17 लाख करोड़ के नोट थे उस वक्त और 30.38 करोड़ के नोट है आज। सामान्य रूप से इनकम टैक्स की सारी रिपोर्ट और जांचें बताती है 30 साल की कि ब्लैक मनी करेंसी रूप में केवल 2.5% हिंदुस्तान में है। नकली मुद्रा केवल 200 करोड़ है। जब डिमोनेटाइजेशन किया गया उसके एक हफ्ते के अंदर कश्मीर में आतंकवादियों के पास 2000 के नकली नोट पाए गए। ये पॉलिसी पूरी तरह फेल रही। ये हम कहां कह रहे हैं सरकार को करने का अधिकार नहीं है। अब अर्णब, आप मेरे बारे में जानते हो, मैं आपको एक दृश्य बताता हूं, और यह दृश्य जेन्युइन दृश्य है। प्रधानमंत्री निवास पर राजनाथ सिंह, उस वक्त के वित्त मंत्री सुषमा स्वराज, चेयरमैन रिजर्व बैंक और पनगड़िया साहब और सुब्रमण्यम जो उनके सलाहकार थे, प्रधानमंत्री को बुलाया गया। पहली बार ऐसा हुआ कि उनके टेलीफोन माइक, उनके मोबाइल फोन बाहर रखवा दिए गए। प्रधानमंत्री ने बताया कि मैं ये निर्णय करने जा रहा हूं, ये मैंने फैसला ले लिया है। उनको टोका गया कि ये मत करिए, इस पर सोच लिया जाए, इससे नुकसान भी हो सकता है। उन्होंने कहा इट इज डिसाइडेड। रिजर्व बैंक के चेयरमैन को केवल इतना अधिकार दिया गया कि वो फोन से बैठ के अपने डायरेक्टर्स जो उनके होते हैं लोकल, उनको कहें कि वो टीवी के सामने बैठ करके इंतजार करें, कोई सूचना दी जा रही है उनको। और ऐसे फैसला किया गया था। इस सरकार में और पुरानी सरकार में फर्क यह है कि पुरानी सरकार में जगमोहन लाल सिन्हा इंदिरा गांधी के चुनाव को अवैध घोषित कर सकते थे। इस सरकार में किसी की औकात नहीं है कि सरकार के
एक मिनट देखिए, एक मिनट आपकी बात मैंने सुनी। सीपी राय जी, आपके और मेरे में एक ही बात अंतर है। एक मिनट सीपी राय जी, आजकल एक नई स्टाइल शुरू हो गई है। मेरी बात सुनिए ना, मेरी बात सुनिए सीपी राय जी, मेरी बात सुनिए। आजकल एक नई स्टाइल शुरू हो गई है, आपको बताता हूं मैं, है ना। ये कई हमारे जो लोग हैं, पत्रकार कहते हैं अपने आप को, जो यूट्यूब में घूमते रहते हैं, ये सारे लोग कहते हैं कि हमको सब कुछ पता है और कुछ भी मुंगेरी लाल के हसीन सपने, कोई भी एनिड ब्लाइटन की स्टोरी, कोई अमर चित्र कथा की कहानी, अमर चित्र कथा में तो सच्चाई हुआ करती थी, इसमें तो कुछ भी आप मसाला डाल के कुछ भी आप बेच रहे हैं। आप मसाला कंपनी शुरू कर दीजिए, क्योंकि इतनी मसालेदार बात आप कहते हैं। आप मेरी बात सुनिए, आप बात सुनिए, मैं पॉइंट बाय पॉइंट आपका रेस्पॉन्स दूंगा, मुंगेरी सीपी राय जी, मैं पॉइंट बाय
पॉइंट रेस्पॉन्स देने वाला हूं, आप शांत रहिए। आप नहीं प्रतीक जी मैं तो इनको ऑफर दे रहा हूं। नहीं मैं पहली बात ऑफर दे रहा हूं आज एमआर वेंकटेश।
व्हाट्सएप यूनिवर्सिटी
पता नहीं कहां से है, मगर मैं आपको सीपी राय जी मेरी बात सुनिए मेरी बात। आप मुझे बताइए, ये जो आप लोग खड़े होकर आजकल कुछ भी कह देते हो, 2 हाथ ताली मिल जाते हैं, यूट्यूब में 50 कमेंट मिल जाते हैं, 5 आपको सब्सक्राइबर मिलते हैं, तो मेरी बात सुनिए। कोई आपको ये पूछे कि भाई साहब वो टेप रिकॉर्डर कहाँ है जिसमें आपने सुना कि राजनाथ सिंह किसी को या फिर प्रधानमंत्री जी को टोक रहे हैं, आपने कहा उनको टोका गया, तो मुझे बताइए भाई वो टोकने की, ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी के स्पोक्स पर्सन क्यों नहीं पूछते? ये टोकने की बात कहां है भाई? टेप दिखाइए। ये आपके मन में कुछ भी विचार आ जाते हैं, आप उसको सच्चाई, आप मुझे बताइए कि ये उसके टेप आपके पास है क्या? आपके पास टेप है? आपके कौन से सूत्र हैं? किसने बताया आपको? नाम बताइए, कहां पे प्रकाशित हुई ये बात?
जो लोग मीटिंग में थे उन्हीं में से किसी ने
बताया। अच्छा, किसने बताया आपको? ओ अच्छा,
तो मीटिंग में थे,
अच्छा उन्होंने फोन किया आपको? उन्होंने तो ये कहने फोन किया, उन्होंने फोन किया कि सीपी राय जी आपको मैं खबर दे रहा हूं। ऐसी बेकार की बात मत कीजिए। दूसरी बात, आपने हमारे सर्वोच्च न्यायालय को नहीं प्रतीक जी इनको तो आज माफी मांगनी चाहिए। इन्होंने क्या कहा एमआर वेंकटेश? इन्होंने कहा कि हमारी सर्वोच्च न्यायालय विवश है, उनके पास कोई ऑप्शन नहीं है। रजत जी आपने सुना उनकी बात? रजत सेठी और एमआर वेंकटेश इन्होंने सुप्रीम कोर्ट को विवश कहा इस प्रोग्राम पर।
अगर
इतनी हिम्मत आपकी?
अगर वो निर्णय दे देते कि वो गलत था, उसको वापस किया जाए, क्या वापस हो सकता था? तो रिवर्स नहीं हो सकता वो निर्णय, कैसे कोई कोर्ट दे देगा?
Sir, you must understand, Mr. Rai. Supreme Court is under no obligation to ratify Supreme Court is under no obligation to ratify the government decision. What it has done is a decision taken in absolute isolation of all the pressures that you are talking about. No, are you saying that the Supreme Court is under pressure of the government?
Was given by the first Chief Justice of India, Hari Lal Kania.
In fact, the Supreme Court must have thrown out this whole petition, and all these busybodies must have been penalized by levying a very heavy penalty. They might have put in a punitive fine on this. Arnab, this Supreme Court has been too liberal in allowing these busybodies to go scot-free. They should have been levied a very heavy fine. Unfortunately, people like Lokesh Jindal are just trying to filibuster. They don't understand the law, and they don't dare to talk about the Supreme Court.
Whether they succeed or not.
No, are you saying Supreme Court is the handmaiden of the government? Are you saying this? Are you saying this? You dare not say this. This is contempt of court. This is absolute contempt of the court.
My question. Are we some form of lab sample?
You are in contempt, sir. You are in serious contempt. You are in serious contempt.
Okay.
In serious contempt. I'm sorry, Arnab. I don't.
No, this is serious. Revala Sridhar Reddy is on the debate. This is going too far. He's absolutely in contempt. Revala Sridhar Reddy.
Now,
I mean, all of my friends have spoken. Give me a minute. See, initially we also have supported the demonetization, but agreed. The court today, after so many years, gave a majority verdict. It is not unconstitutional. At the same time, it is not illegal. Fine, we respect the verdict, but it is also important to carefully.
But it also said it is well thought of. One minute. Just 1 minute. Mr. You can't pick 2 words. It said it was well thought of. It said there was after due consultation process. And it also said that the purpose of demonetization was to stop terror financing. Please listen to me. Was to stop terror financing and black money. Because you were questioning the purpose as well.
Because that is what the Prime Minister said.
My point is very clear.
Did the Supreme Court say
we also have to. Can I get a minute without interruption? Can I get a minute without interruption? What I'm saying, we also have to carefully read
the falsehood of the opposition parties.
Justice Nagaratna's observation in it. Okay. Now you are talking about counterfeit currency. The RBI's note on counterfeit currency year-ending financial year 2022 says there was a 10.7% increase in overall, notes, counterfeit currency, and in 500 notes it was a 101.98%. In 2000 notes, it is 54%. What I'm trying to say here, the Justice Nagaratna's observation also clearly says the objectives were also not met completely. So we need to understand that. The clear, constitutional, unconstitutional...
You are reading the minority judgment?
First of all,
you are reading the minority judgment?
I said we will respect...
No, you are reading the minority judgment? No.
Yes.
You are reading the minority judgment?
It also has validity.
No. 1 minute. Just 1 minute.
We also have to take
You
it to
don't
the
believe in the
country.
process
Let
of
the
law?
people decide.
Mr. Reddy, 1 minute. You don't believe in the process of law. You are
I
unwilling
understand
to
the
accept
law.
that you were
I said
wrong.
we respect the judgment.
You are unwilling to
Arnab,
accept that you were
Can I come
wrong.
in over here?
We respect the judgment, but at the same time...
No, there is
value
no
for
at the same
dissent
time
also
here.
in this
If you
country.
point is
permits
only
that.
this, Mr. Reddy.
judicial-
Mr. Reddy, understand the larger
The
point.
Constitution
Was
permits
Just
the
1 minute,
right to
Mr. Reddy,
dissent.
Mr. Reddy,
Why don't you take
Mr.
it
Reddy,
into consideration?
Mr.
Let's take
Reddy,
it to the people.
Mr. Reddy, there is a political issue I want to make here, and as I come into the politics of it, I need to tell you two things. Please understand, Mr. Reddy, along with you on this debate, there is Lokesh and Tanveer and CP Rai and Anirban. You see, you are a new member of the opposition. Now, your leader wants to be Prime Minister. You should be careful because already Rahul Gandhi wants to be Prime Minister. Mamata Banerjee wants to be Prime Minister. Sharad Pawar wants to be Prime Minister. Arvind Kejriwal wants to be Prime Minister. No problem. But I'll tell you one thing. Always where you go, you open your eyes, you see what is before you and then you decide. You don't have to blindly follow the Congress or Tanveer. Tanveer's party may have lost money. Tanveer may be angry. I know you have new relations with them. I hope the relations are not financial but political. I don't know. I don't know what relations nowadays there are between political parties, whether it's financial or political. I hope it's not financial. But my question here is this. See, Tanveer is a habitual liar. Tanveer, Lokesh, you are not a habitual liar, Mr. Reddy. Don't go by them. So Tanveer and Lokesh are habitual liars. No, don't go by them. Don't go by them.
No, I am going by the Supreme Court judgment. What
Let me make an important point.
No, 1 minute.
Your premise is...
Okay, I'm bringing.
What exactly should have been discussing?
I'm bringing in.
Whether the objectives were met or not.
And legally,
Today, the counterfeit
I'll have
currency
2 versus 2 on this. Mr. Reddy. No, 1 minute. Satya, wait. Mr. Reddy, wait. Lokesh, wait. Lokesh, listen. Just wait a minute. Lokesh, listen. I like Mr. Reddy. He's a nice person, unlike you. I don't want him to be in wrong company. You see, what happens is, Rajat will tell you. You said you made aspersions on Narendra Modi regarding the 2002 riots. The Supreme Court of India, the Supreme Court of India, you believe, I hope in the Supreme Court of India, not the court in Italy. The Supreme Court of India, Lokesh Jindala, I'm not talking of an Italian court, I'm talking of the Supreme Court of India, has said that these accusations were devoid of merit and deserve to be dismissed. But still you continued to lie. You said you... No.
Arnab, answer my question. Has Supreme Court never reversed its judgment?
Okay.
Has Supreme Court never erred in history? It has never made
I
mistake.
need to make an important
Answer
point.
this question.
So okay, I will not answer that. I will not answer the question. You've fallen into my trap.
Its judgment.
Okay, so Rajat can respond to you on that. I won't, because I have made my point. I am saying to you, you are by asking that question, you are the fact of the matter is the Supreme Court also said there was no foul play in Judge Loya's death. For how many years did you go around and say that there are disturbing questions about how Judge Loya died? No, Rajat, come on the debate, Rajat. Did the Supreme Court not say that there was absolutely no foul play in Judge Loya's death?
You know, Arnab, the true essence of rule of law requires a level of a mature head. In the entire opposition, you will not see any leader who has that moral gumption to face the rule of law of this country. You know, this is why they sell lies and then they want and expect to win elections. Sir, please don't intervene. I will never stoop to your level of bickering and creating background music. So keep quiet. Shut up, sir, please. Allow me to speak.
What gives you the license to give such form of a judgment to question the wisdom of every other person who tries to question you?
another lie, and they believe that they will somehow be able to hoodwink the population of this country, sufficient enough to allow them to win.
Sir, please
win
come
a few
out with
elections
certain
here
facts and make this argument
this
sensible,
thing
rather
falls
than
flat
your rhetorics.
over and over
Nonsense still
but what
remains
has
a
happened,
nonsense,
Arnab,
no
and
matter how much rhetoric you
I
put into
personally
it.
feel that one of the
Your
most important
nonsense
points
is
of today's
sounding
debate has
a
been that some
complete
of the
nonsense. There's
very
only
highly
rhetoric in
intellectual
it.
people in the opposition were trying to spread fear, trying to spread outright lies in the name of demonetization, as they have been doing in the past as well. When P. Chidambaram comes in and says that you deposit money into a bank account, it automatically becomes white. What kind of torturous argument he was trying to make? He's a management graduate. He studied. He's been a lawyer, and he was a finance.
Who
comes in and says that you deposit money into a bank account and it automatically becomes white money? These were the arguments which were being sold out just to discredit a policy move that was brought in. You just
the point being,
played out what
the point being, Lokesh. Now let me get in. No. 1 minute, Lokesh. Let me get in Tanveer and CP Rai out here on the right hand side, and let me get in MR and Satya on the left. The question here is, you need to understand, and viewers, I'm telling you, this year make a promise, have a New Year resolution that you will never believe these lies of people like Lokesh and Tanveer and get away with it. One of the biggest lies last year that they spread? Pegasus. हमारे फोन को स्नूप किया जा रहा है. हमारे फोन में के अंदर नरेंद्र मोदी घुस के हमारा इंफॉर्मेशन, हमारे व्हाट्सएप मैसेजेस निकाल रहे हैं. हाँ, सीपी राय जी कहा था कि नहीं कहा था? सरकार ने करोड़ों रुपए खर्च करके सीपी राय, तनवीर अहमद और लोकेश जिंदल के फोन के अंदर घुस के इनके व्हाट्सएप मैसेजेस पढ़ रहे हैं. आपने किया था कि नहीं किया था? हाँ. And the Supreme Court said, and its technical expert committee, what did it say, Satya? We find no evidence of Pegasus spyware in the 29 mobile phones of the complainants. यानी कि ये सबसे बड़ा झूठ था. It was a big lie. Pegasus was a lie. So apologize. CP Rai इधर मेरे प्रोग्राम में आके कॉन्फिडेंटली कुछ भी बोल देने से आप गेट अवे नहीं करेंगे, है ना? आप मेरी बात नहीं क्या बोल रहे हैं? हाँ, क्या बोल रहे हैं आप? क्या बोल रहे हैं आप?
अर्नब, Tanveer here in this debate is completely misleading and is changing the course and telling lie, because this entire Supreme Court judgment is about the constitutionality and legality.
No, sir. I am absolutely not telling lies, because I know people who suffered. I have seen people who lost their jobs. I have seen people who their economy totally got destroyed, decimated.
The entire debate is about the constitutional validity and legality and lawfulness of the decision of the Honorable Prime Minister, which is today.
Sir, I am not questioning the constitutional validity. The Honorable Prime Minister had all the right to demonetize, but the way it was implemented. But right now debating on it is absolutely of no value. Why? What we demonetize, we cannot demonetize it.
आप मुझे बताइए. 1 minute, Tanveer. I go to CP Rai and MR right now. CP Rai जी मुझे बताइए, जिसकी जो बेशरम होते हैं, जो बेशरम लोग होते हैं सीपी राय जी, वो झूठ उनके पकड़े जाने के बाद भी नहीं मेरी बात सुनिए, मैं आपको बेशरम नहीं कह रहा, मैं कह रहा हूं एमआर वेंकटेश, जो बेशरम लोग होते हैं झूठ पकड़े जाने के बाद भी वो कभी भी माफी नहीं मांगते, सॉरी नहीं कहते, है ना? मगर मुझे बताइए सीपी राय जी, क्या मेरी बात सुनिए, रफाल की झूठ थी, पेगासस की झूठ थी, जज लोया की झूठ थी, पीएम केयर को लेकर झूठ थी, और मैं नहीं कह रहा, और ये सब झूठ पकड़े जाने के बाद आप मुझे बताइए, कोई भी आदमी स्वाभाविक तरीके से जब झूठ पकड़ी जाती है, सेंट्रल विस्टा की बात हो, ईडब्ल्यूएस की बात हो, शाहीन बाग की बात हो, है ना, तो जब सुप्रीम कोर्ट कहती है तो आपको हाथ जोड़ के लोगों से माफी मांगनी चाहिए कि देखिए हमने पूरी कोशिश की, इसको हमने राजनीतिक तौर से निचोड़ने की कोशिश की, एज इन वी ट्राई टू पॉलिटिकली एक्सप्लॉइट दिस इशू, क्योंकि हमारी दिस वाज द पॉलिटिकल सेल्फिशनेस. हम सेल्फिश लोग हैं, हम लोगों के बारे में नहीं सोचते, हम लोगों के बाद नागरिकों के बारे में नहीं सोचते, हम झूठ फैलाते हैं. हाँ, और झूठ पकड़े जाने के बाद भी हम सॉरी नहीं कहते.
ठीक है.
नहीं मुझे ठीक नहीं है. ठीक होती तो मैं सवाल नहीं करता आपसे. ये ठीक नहीं है सीपी राय जी.
यार लेट मी टॉक.
हाँ बोलिए.
अर्नब, माफी मांगनी चाहिए. जब ये कहा गया हो कि प्रधानमंत्री की उम्र ज्यादा बढ़ रही है कि मुद्रा की रुपया की कीमत ज्यादा घट रही है, जब ये कहा गया हो
आप कवि सम्मेलन में नहीं है, मेरे सवाल का जवाब दीजिए। आपने राफेल के लिए माफी मांगी, जज लोया के झूठ के लिए माफी मांगी, पेगासस के झूठ के लिए माफी मांगी। अरे पॉलिटिकल हिट एंड रन करते हैं आप लोग।
अर्नब लेट मी फिनिश। इसके पहले डिमोनेटाइजेशन कहां हुआ? घाना में, नाइजीरिया में,
घाना की बात करेंगे हमारे,
जायरे में, इन देशों
ये भाई साहब अभी अफ्रीका की बात करेंगे।
सारे देश बर्बाद हुए और ये सबकी नोटिस में था।
सुप्रीम कोर्ट
ये
प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, प्लीज रेस्पेक्ट द सुप्रीम
MR Venkatesh is on the debate. MR is on the debate.
Mr. Rai, please respect the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court has put an end to all this nonsense. Supreme Court is not the God, but Supreme Court is supreme. Damn it, that is the law of the land. That is the Constitution. You may not have the respect for the Supreme Court because it is not suiting your conveniences today. But please understand, Supreme Court is supreme. It is the law of the land. We disagree with the Supreme Court sometimes, but we respectfully disagree. But unfortunately, what I'm saying is that if the Supreme Court is giving a decision which is not to your taste, you try to belittle the Supreme Court, which is what I'm worried about it. The type of debate we are having, unfortunately, is savagery. This is not the way to conduct a debate on the Supreme Court. Supreme Court has a dignity. You talk within the dignity. You please understand. Supreme Court has please understand. Supreme Court has they have gone into all the dimensions. गाना फाना पलाना डिमकाना सब डिबेट हो चुका है और सब कुछ डिबेट होने के बाद सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने ये नतीजे पर पहुंची है कि ये इट इज कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के अंतर्गत ही हुआ है। So Supreme Court has said that, and even the minority judge also said that the minority judgment is also not skating on the government. And now I ask you a question. Now I ask you a question, Mr. Rai. Do you have the courage to take this question? Now I'll give you the question. The question is, if the implementation, tomorrow somebody will say that the ration shops are badly.
Lokesh. Yeah, one second.
Can you say if the Arnab, if the implementation is an issue also, tomorrow if they say the ration shops are badly implemented, will you ban the ration shops? Will you close down the ration shop? Why don't you say that?
Do you chop off the head to cure headache?
Your question is,
do you chop off your head to cure headache? No, you take a medicine for that.
Sir,
what the government
we are not congressmen, sir. We are not congressmen. We will take a ceremony and cure it. The problem is your leaders are on bail. Your leaders are on bail in a party and you have been caught. And so you don't talk about these things because you don't have the morality to talk. And the country voted. Please understand, the country voted. You went to 2019 election precisely on this issue and the country booted you out. Why did they boot you out? Because you are all anti-nationals. You side with terrorists. You side with smugglers. You side with anti-nationalists. That is what people said. We will not vote for you. We will agree with demonetization. We stood in the queue. We have taken the bend. But we believe that the government has done something good.
Mr. Reveller Sridhar Reddy, Mr. Reveller Sridhar Reddy, you were. I want to bring in Mr. Reddy. And please come in with Tuhin on this. You were talking about the dissenting judgment, right? In the dissenting judgment, I would request you, I'm sure you have it in front of you. Can you read from paragraph 22 of the dissenting judgment? Because if you're going to cherry pick, then please read paragraph 22 of the dissenting judgment, where Justice B.V. Nagartana has said that the central government's move to address disparate evils plaguing the nation's economy, including the practices of hoarding black money, counterfeiting, was well-intentioned. So they have actually praised the intentions of the central government even in the dissenting judgment. And if you read out para 20, it says that the objectives of the central government have been sound, just and proper. Please read it. Please read it.
No.
Please read it.
What I'm saying.
No, what I'm saying is.
I said.
No, I am quoting parts of the dissenting judgment, sir.
I'm not saying no to it.
You can't say no because
we respect the judgment when it is a majority judgment. At the same time, in dissent, why the dissent is written there? If she would have supported,
there's no argument.
If the honourable judge would have supported, if the honourable judge would have supported, he would have agreed with it, right? So there is a dissent in it. My careful observation is also equal.
Arnab, this opposition has an infinite ability to flog a dead horse. The larger point over here is that the judicial mandate should be restricted to determining whether the whole process was constitutional or not. But now the opposition wants the court to decide on the entire implementation process. Then what is the executive and the legislature for? And this is what shows the very, the opposition has a fundamentally flawed idea of democracy. Don't exert the judiciary. This is not the first time you ran to the judiciary like a crybaby. You went there on Rafale. You went there to stall the construction work on the new parliament. And every time the court has called out your falsehood. And Tanveer, I want to make a very important charge. I don't expect this from you. Tanveer, my friend, please listen very carefully. Tanveer, listen to this very carefully. I take serious offense to the opposition throwing random numbers of people dead. Today you said 100. During the farmer protest, your people were saying 800 people dead. When we asked for the list so that we could determine the real causes, you guys had no list. Please don't play politics on this. If anybody
let me ask him a question here. Let me ask him a question here as a follow-up. Tanveer, you have just said, and listen to me on this, see how he gets caught, MR. He just said confidently that $5.5 billion was lost in agriculture as a result of demonetization. I would like Tanveer Ahmed to quote his source.
Sources. Pota figure. That is called pulled out of thin air. That is from WhatsApp University.
Arnab, MR you are an intelligent man. I don't expect this from you. You are a very learned man. You are a very learned man.
So quote your source.
What have you all as producers?
So quote your source.
Absolutely.
Quote your source.
We were not able to export
quote your source.
You know,
quote your source.
Absolutely, we lost it. Arnab,
quote the source.
Quote the source.
Arnab,
quote the source.
Arnab,
quote
you
the
can't
source.
really put me on a television show like yours, and I need to
quote your source. Rajat, should quote his source. Quote your 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 source.
Everything.
Quote your source. The nation wants you to quote your source. Satya, let him quote his source. Let him quote his source tonight.
Get you the source. I can't.
You should
quote the source.
You should quote the source.
Quote the source.
Arnab, tell me, can we have a debate on the
you
same
quote your
thing?
source. This is Republic. Quote your source.
Can we have a debate on the same thing?
Quote the source.
Stop lying. Quote your
source. Can we have a
source.
debate on the same thing? Tomorrow I'll get
You made a point. Quote your source.
It has been his habit to quote wrong sources and no
Arnab,
sources.
stop repeating yourself, Arnab. Stop repeating, Arnab. Your voice once is enough powerful. You are a very powerful journalist.
I'm not at all. I'm not at all. My new chant for the new year is quote your source. Ladies and gentlemen, he couldn't quote his source. Ask him to quote his source on social media. Don't let him go. That's all the time I have tonight. I'll see you, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow evening. But before I go, let me say this. I have been consistent since the 8th of November 2016 on my views on demonetization. So many people attack me. They attack us all the time, but we know our gut instinct is right. There is only good and bad, black and white. There are no grays. Truth and falsehood. There are no other sides. I shall see you at 9 o'clock tomorrow. Good night and good night.
$11,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
आग को फैलने से रोकना मुश्किल है, पर नामुमकिन नहीं। अब फायरवॉल टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम आग से बचाए।
यही वो बलोनो गाड़ी है जिससे ये एक्सीडेंट यहाँ पर हुआ है। सबसे बड़ी बात यही है कि आखिर में 20 साल की लड़की इस गाड़ी में फंसती है और उन लड़कों को नहीं पता चलता। जो स्टेटमेंट उनकी ओर से लगातार ये दिया जा रहा है कि उनको इस बात की जानकारी नहीं कि वो लड़की इस गाड़ी में जो है वो फंसी हुई थी, कि स्कूटी का ये जो आगे का हिस्सा वो पूरी तरीके से खत्म हो चुका है।
जैन समाज की तरफ से यह प्रदर्शन किया जा रहा है। समेत शिखर जी, जो जैन समाज का एक तीर्थ स्थल माना जाता है, उसको जब केंद्र सरकार और झारखंड सरकार ने पर्यटन स्थल घोषित कर दिया, उसके बाद से ये प्रोटेस्ट जो है वो हमें देश के तमाम अलग अलग हिस्सों में जो है वो देखने को मिल रहा है। यहाँ पर लगातार जो है दिल्ली पुलिस डिटेन करती हुई नजर आ रही है जैन समाज के लोगों को।
तो अभी मैं GK2 में खड़ा हूं और आप मेरे राइट साइड में देख सकती हैं, ये वही अंतरा केयर सेंटर है जहां पर सुबह में आग लगी है। लगभग 5 बजे का वो समय बताया जा रहा है। जो सेकंड फ्लोर है और थर्ड फ्लोर है, उन्हीं दोनों फ्लोर में आग सबसे ज्यादा इफेक्ट हुई। उसमें बताया जा रहा है कि 2 लोगों की झुलसने से मौत हो गई है और साथ ही 6 लोगों को रेस्क्यू कर लिया गया है।
यही वो बलोनो गाड़ी है जिससे ये एक्सीडेंट यहाँ पर हुआ है। सबसे बड़ी बात यही है कि आखिर में 20 साल की लड़की इस गाड़ी में फंसती है और उन लड़कों को नहीं पता चलता। जो स्टेटमेंट उनकी ओर से लगातार ये दिया जा रहा है कि उनको इस बात की जानकारी नहीं कि वो लड़की इस गाड़ी में जो है वो फंसी हुई थी, कि स्कूटी का ये जो आगे का हिस्सा है, आगे का हिस्सा वो पूरी तरीके से खत्म हो चुका है।
जैन समाज की तरफ से यह प्रदर्शन किया जा रहा है। समेश शिखर जी, जो जैन समाज का एक तीर्थ स्थल माना जाता है, उसको जब केंद्र सरकार और झारखंड सरकार ने पर्यटन स्थल घोषित कर दिया, उसके बाद से ये प्रोटेस्ट जो है वो हमें देश के तमाम अलग अलग हिस्सों में जो है वो देखने को मिल रहा है। यहाँ पर लगातार जो है दिल्ली पुलिस डिटेन करती हुई नजर आ रही है जैन समाज के लोगों को।
तो अभी मैं GK2 में खड़ा हूं और आप मेरे राइट साइड में देख सकती हैं, ये वही अंतरा केयर सेंटर है जहां पर सुबह में
आर्मी के लोग भी थे। ये लोग भी पूरी मुस्तैदी से इस इलाके में आने वाले दिनों में प्रभावी कार्रवाई हो।
11,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
जैन समाज की तरफ से यह प्रदर्शन किया जा रहा है। समेश शिखर जी, जो जैन समाज का एक तीर्थ स्थल माना जाता है, उसको जब केंद्र सरकार और झारखंड सरकार ने पर्यटन स्थल घोषित कर दिया, उसके बाद से ये प्रोटेस्ट जो है वो हमें देश के तमाम अलग अलग हिस्सों में जो है वो देखने को मिल रहा है। यहाँ पर लगातार जो है दिल्ली पुलिस डिटेन करती हुई नजर आ रही है जैन समाज के लोगों को।
तो अभी मैं GK2 में खड़ा हूं और आप मेरे राइट साइड में देख सकती हैं, ये वही अंतरा केयर सेंटर है जहां पर सुबह में आग लगी है। लगभग 5 बजे का वो समय बताया जा रहा है। जो सेकंड फ्लोर है और थर्ड फ्लोर है, उन्हीं दोनों फ्लोर में आग सबसे ज्यादा इफेक्ट हुई। उसमें बताया जा रहा है कि 2 लोगों की झुलसने से मौत हो गई है और साथ ही 6 लोगों को रेस्क्यू कर लिया गया है।
यही वो बलोनो गाड़ी है जिससे ये एक्सीडेंट यहाँ पर हुआ है। सबसे बड़ी बात यही है कि आखिर में 20 साल की लड़की इस गाड़ी में फंसती है और उन लड़कों को नहीं पता चलता। जो स्टेटमेंट उनकी ओर से लगातार ये दिया जा रहा है कि उनको इस बात की जानकारी नहीं कि वो लड़की इस गाड़ी में जो है वो फंसी हुई थी, कि स्कूटी का ये जो आगे का हिस्सा है, आगे का हिस्सा वो पूरी तरीके से खत्म हो चुका है।
From the Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight at the start of the year, we need to start by swearing once again that the promise that we made to ourselves 10 years back when Nirbhaya was killed, has not been forgotten. Tonight we need to remind ourselves that our blood has not started flowing cold in our veins, and that our anger at injustice is not dead, and that our voices, which shouted so loud that we reminded the government that we the people matter, are strong enough and our convictions still certain enough for us to shout ourselves hoarse that no, when a 20-year-old young girl is murdered by 5 men in the national capital, we shall not look away, talk about something else and pretend it doesn't matter or doesn't concern us. My challenge, therefore, in a way, is to you, the viewer, and more accurately to us all. For what the Delhi police is claiming is an eyewash. What the Delhi police is saying is a lie, and the Delhi police needs to be reminded that the average citizen has enough intelligence to read through and see through its lies. And so to the Delhi Police Commissioner I ask, why are your policemen almost laying the blame on the 20-year-old girl who was murdered? And is it possible